Proverb today is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, anyway, let's take a look at the note here. If someone throws the baby out with the bathwater, he or she discards something valuable along with something undesirable. So while you're getting rid of something undesirable, you get rid of something good at the same time. All right, so let's continue here. The proverb is German in origin and dates back to the early 1500s. So it goes way back. It's been around a long time. Let's continue here. Some people claim the origin of this proverb was when people shared bath water. So, going back in the early 1500s, water was more scarce. So that's what they think that was the possibility. And it was customary for the father to bathe first. And it went down in order to the baby, one at a time. So, the father, then the mother, and then, if there were other children in between. And finally, it went down to the baby. By the time the baby was bathed, the water was so dirty that the baby may be unseen and possibly thrown out with the bath water. However, there are others who claim this is nonsense. It's a nonsense story. Maybe this is not.
Mummies.
Okay, let me expand on this because it gets.
The mummies are so rare is because back in the day, Europeans used to eat mummies.
Okay, let me expand on this because it gets even weirder once you hear why. My main source is sciencehistory.org. So in ancient Egypt, all the way through to the Roman period, everyone was getting mummified. And over time, they started using different substances for preserving bodies, such as bitumen. Yes, bitumen, the black tar that we use today to coat our roads with asphalt. Turns out, for thousands of years, people believed that it had medicinal properties. So when Europeans saw mummies that looked like this, they were like, I need that in my body. So of course they plundered as many mummies as they could from Egypt. And they had the audacity, the unadulterated audacity to criticize other cultures around the world that practiced cannibalism. Anyway, that's why they ate mummies.
That the reason mummies are so rare is because back in the day, Europeans used to eat mummies.
Relations with the Indians grow icy as well. The English build settlements in defiance of Powhatan's wishes. The chief orders his warriors to kill anyone who sets foot outside of Jamestown's walls.
Must be something here.
Trading with the Indians for supplies is over, and leaving the fort is suicidal. Trapped and running out of food, 500 settlers see no way out.
Now all of us at Jamestown, beginning to feel that sharp prick of hunger, which no man truly describe, but he which has tasted the bitterness thereof. A world of miseries ensued.
When Kelso's team probes a deep pit dating back to that winter, they find grim evidence why the settlers called it the starving time.
This bone's been chopped up. You can see it actually has some cut marks on it. The way it's been splintered is evidence of, the butchering of some sort of animal.
Evidence the settlers are reduced to eating their dogs and horses. The cats are next to go, leaving the rats.
We found things like a black rat, which is the carrier of the Black Plague, and these were being eaten. There's poisonous snakes. We got the bones of snake vertebrae. There's a special barb on the vertebrae of a poisonous snake. That wouldn't be normal cuisine on the menu unless you're real desperate.
The threat of imminent starvation now pushes some over the edge. According to this account by George Percy,
nothing was spared to maintain life and do these things which seem incredible. as to dig up dead corpses out of graves and eat them.
One deranged settler named Collins is tried by Percy for killing, assaulting, and eating his wife. For this culinary crime, he is tortured and put to death. Now, one account says all he left was his wife's head, but you may find that a little hard to swallow.
The nephew of Thomas Jefferson, owned about 10 slaves. One of them was a teenager named George, also known as Slave George. George was what they called a recalcitrant slave. George ran away often and frequently refused day-to-day dehumanization. One day he made an awful mistake of dropping a bucket or pitcher of water. The slave master, Lil Burn, gathered George and the rest of his enslaved Africans into the biggest slave shack on the plantation. Lil Burn threateningly forced another slave to tie George up. After George was tied up, Lil Burn proceeded to quarter his body parts with an axe and then threw his pieces of dismembered body parts into the fire he forcibly made a slave earlier prepare. The rest of the slaves were frozen in absolute terror. Lil Burn threatened that if they were to ever get out of line or tell anyone about what he had done, he would do the same things he did to George to them as well. Later, when Lil Burn's wife learned about this monstrosity, she asked him why he did it. Lil Burn assured her that he received more fulfillment in harming and dismembering George's body than any ball he'd ever frequented. You will stop asking yourself and others the question, why do they kill us? Once you educate yourself, especially if you read a book called The Delectable Negro by Vincent Woodward. It is exceptionally written and properly layered with details and history of Black consumption during antebellum slavery. In the book, the author writes, "The consumption and degradation of Black men did in fact ennoble and reify white masculinity. So why haven't we received proper justice for Breonna Taylor and the rest of the named and unnamed, unarmed Black people slaughtered by racist cannibals? Because they get an erotic rise from Black dehumanization. Your ancestors' delectable Black bodies have been consumed, literally. Be safe out there and understand who you're dealing with."
Third young man was American Indian, the fourth and fifth were Hispanic. So no, race had nothing to do with it. It was just their looks.
Was there something sexual in the dismemberment of the bodies for you?
As time went on, yes, I did get there was a sexual part to that. I started saving the skeletons and preserving other parts. And one thing led to another. It took more and more deviant type behaviors to satisfy my urges, and so it just spiraled out of control.
Why the cannibalism?
It made me feel like they were a permanent part of me. Besides the just mere curiosity of what it would be like, it made them feel that they were a part of me, and it gave me a sexual satisfaction to do that.
Was it the killing that excited you, or is it what happened after the killing?
No, the killing was just a means to an end. That was the least satisfactory part. I didn't enjoy doing that. That's why I tried to create living zombies with muriatic acid in the drill, but it never worked. No, the killing wasn't the objective. I just wanted to have the person under my complete control, not having to consider their wishes, being able to keep them there as long as I wanted. It's not easy to say that, but that's what the motive was.
Where did that need for control come from? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. Maybe I felt I had no control as a child or young adult, and that got mixed in with my sexuality, and I ended up doing what I did was my way of feeling in complete control, at least for that situation, creating my own little world where I had the final say, finding the best looking guy that I could, and having total mastery over him for as long as I wanted. Lust played a big part of it, controlling lust. That was the motive right there.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast of the forecast. And I'm coming to you, and I don't want to be on here too long. I'm already a little bit late, so I'm gonna just go ahead and go in on this. And before I start, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that I want to show. You know what I'm saying? You can come on here if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if you're gonna want to. And there's a lot of stuff that I want to show, but my computer, as you see, is probably having problems. So some of the stuff ain't gonna load. Now I'll skip some if I have to, depending on time or whatever. But y'all gonna have to bear with me on this one. You know what I'm saying? If I have technical difficulties or anything like that, because it's a lot of short videos though, but it's a point that I want to demonstrate. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I've been having a lot of problems with my computer. Because lately, it's the sound that comes out of only my speakers, and my speakers are not like, my speakers aren't. My speakers aren't wireless, you know what I'm saying? It's not like Wi-Fi or nothing, and it doesn't come through my headphones. And it's always something playing. Like just before this started, it was like some white preacher talking about Israel and like preaching. And sometimes it's like opera music, and sometimes it's just like some weird kind of radio station that keeps coming out of my speakers, and it's always real, real low. And no matter how low I turn my speakers, it doesn't go down. No matter how loud I turn it, it goes. It may have a virus or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what it is. But my computer been messing up since then. I've been taking stuff off. There's nothing I downloaded really on my computer besides, my stuff, But for some reason, it keeps coming out. But like I said, man, y'all gonna have to bear with me. And I will put the link in the chat, you know what I'm saying, if somebody want to come on. And I hope this stuff works. And it's gonna be hard for me to put the link in the chat. So you really gonna have to let me know if you want to come on after I put this in right now. Because this is gonna be a little bit difficult. Yo, what up, Blue? All right, so yeah, before I do that though, I'm gonna talk about something, what I'm saying, that's a little bit more serious or whatever. Well, not more serious, but I gotta show this first, to at least start off like this. All right, so like I said, if you want to come on here, you let me know, and y'all bear with me because it may be technical difficulties because my computer keep freezing up for some reason. But I'm gonna try to get through all of this or as much as I can. So, and if you in the back, just let me know. But yeah, let me play my boy, or not, because I get on LeBron James, so I gotta say something when he spoke up. You know what I'm saying? Because we was just talking about this Kyrie thing. He trying to buy back his black card. You know what I'm saying? But listen to what he was out there saying, after his press conference, after his game. You know what I'm saying?
I got one question for you guys before you guys leave. I was thinking when I was on my way over here, I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with...
Wait a minute. And yeah, Blue, yeah, that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try that. And I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember to try to do that. So yeah, thank you. I hope that helps because I don't know what's going on my computer. It might just need an update. But, I want to run this back a little bit because, I at least got to give him props when he steps up. So, at least make it a good example, I guess. And he may be trying to buy back his black card or something, but I don't know. But it is what it is.
What's going on? You guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, man, hit him with hey, y'all, don't even talk right now because I haven't waited. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear it no more.
And I don't even want you guys to say nothing.
Yo, what up, Blackberry and Tracy? What up, Bakari?
When I watch Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through.
And y'all hear LeBron James say that? I wanted to keep the same energy. Now, I'm not even mad at him for this particular situation. You know what I'm saying?
And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes. I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on.
Nope. That apology, well, he didn't apologize. He didn't even apologize. So whatever that was, if he apologized, right? So let's say in the imaginary world, he did what Kyrie Irving did and did 3 press conferences saying, oh, I denounced the people back then in the ways, let's pretend that happened. Nope, that's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? We need $750,000 or $1 million donated to a black rand for black people, black children, you know what I'm saying? Something with black schools, to help build black schools in Dallas, you know what I'm saying? We need you to meet with a team of NOI members, you know what I'm saying? And a group of Israelites, you know what I'm saying? We need you to denounce, that movie, all of the movies, Selma, you know what I'm saying? All of the movies that they be making out there that be trying to make us look weak, you know what I'm saying? The slave movie. I need you to denounce whoever be making whoever make the money off of that, you know what I'm saying? Also, you know what I'm saying? We need several black coaches and, we want you to resign and also, put a black person in charge right there, and then we'll forgive your apology.
But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys. Appreciate it.
Yo, my man straight dropped the mic and walked off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So my brother here is walking the line. You know what I'm saying? 1 week he's trying to be like, you know, I'm for all, you know what I'm saying, everything. But at least he kept the same energy. You know what I'm saying? At least he kept the same energy. And you don't hear too many other people keeping that same energy out here. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, and like I said, I can't check if you backstage. So if you are, y'all let me know. But yeah, man, I got a shout out to him. But you know what? And I don't know if my brother Bakari is still listening or if he want to even see this one, because it's not even about you. You know what I'm saying? But I know this your boy here. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody see what's going on with LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I hope this joint work. And I want to, and that's what I'm saying. I want to keep these open because I might want to go back and show something. That'd be what's be blowing me. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me show this. And if it start messing up, then I'm going to do it. But it's working good so far. So, oh, man. So they asked my boy Dak Prescott, or, you know, Bakari boy, Dak Prescott, about what LeBron James was saying. So let me play this video for y'all. Oh, well, I guess I spoke too soon. That it is. All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna do that, man. As I'm pretty sure y'all see this, so I'm gonna X this out, and hopefully that works. All right, so let's see if this works now. All right, so and I hate doing that because I may have to recall something, but I can always bring it back up. You know what I'm saying? But Dak Prescott was asked about that. You know what I'm saying? So let me play this.
LeBron James expressed curiosity about the media's attention given to a photo of Jerry Jones from 1957. In that photo, a young Jones is seen peering over a crowd of white students who were attempting to block the path of 6 black students on the day they tried to desegregate North Little Rock High School. Jones says that he was merely a curious 14-year-old onlooker that day. Current Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott was actually asked about LeBron's comments, and his thoughts are new here on SportsCenter.
Yeah, I don't know if I've fully processed it all the way, honestly.
Oh man, Bakari, and before I even play this, Bakari, I'm just showing you, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna just play what he's saying, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I've fully processed it all the way, honestly. I think whether LeBron's talking about the picture, I mean, I think that's on Jerry to address, right? I mean, in the same sense, it's 65 years ago, and how times have changed. I mean, look.
Now, like 3 years ago, before he says what he's gonna say, 3 years ago, he said, N-word, if you take a knee or honor a black person being shot in any kind of way on this football field or while you in my arena or facility, you will be shot. You know what I'm saying? Well, he would say you get kicked off the team, but it was pretty much he was putting up the gun line. You know what I'm saying? He was like, let's just say it's like, you know, 18, you know what I'm saying, 22. Since we'd be like, I can't believe this is happening in 2022. Let's say it's 1822. He'd be like, yo, N-word, if you say anything about us lynching a black person, you will be shot. Today, will you be kicked off the team? You know what I'm saying? But he can't process any of this right now because he can't process what he gonna do without the millions of dollars and them white girls.
In the same sense, it's 65 years ago, and how times have changed. I mean, look, the man's resume since then, right? And as I said, I give grace, and I think that's a conversation and a question not only for him, but for you guys and how y'all feel, how accountable y'all have been and covering and discussing the disparities and differences in race. So yeah, I'm just, as I said, I'm here for growth and giving grace and trying to make this world a better place. And that's who I am at my core and all I believe in. And
now, what the hell is he talking about? So, you know, he's giving the civil rights of 1962 speech here.
Yeah, unfortunate things come up from the past, pictures, and they show that they show how far we've come, but in the same sense, they're a reminder of how what.
Now, my man about to get choked up and can't even find the words to say here, but it shows how far, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're probably going to find pictures of them in blackface and, you know, at these kind of things when they was in college and high school. But you know what? They was in college and high school, but an N-word better not tweet nothing. You know what I'm saying? N-word better not play at a park as a 3-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Without some kind of problem, you know what I'm saying? Without being in jeopardy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let my man get choked up on words here, you know what I'm saying?
How far we've come, but in the same sense, they're a reminder of how what.
Wounds or
or just how short of a time that was ago in the same sense. It wasn't that long ago that we were all sitting on different sides. And
he didn't even want to say how far we have to go. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't want to say that. That's why he was trying to find a different way to not get fined or like get off the team or like have that other dude who was backing him up half the season. Because if he get hurt in this football, which the thing is in football, if you get hurt, like that's one of the only things where your contracts aren't guaranteed and they do that. I mean, maybe it is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I haven't watched for a while, but like we see a lot of CTE going on, you know what I'm saying? Bakari probably voted for a brother with CTE down in Atlanta, and he probably gonna sound like him trying to take up for Dak Prescott and all. And I ain't trying to jump on this brother here. I'm just showing you the cycle that goes on over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
wounds or
or just how short of a time that was ago in the same sense. It wasn't that long ago that we were all sitting on different sides and that we weren't together. But as I said, I wouldn't be here if it was still that way. So I believe in grace. Or how what. Same sense, they're a reminder of how what.
wounds or
or
how buck broken or slaves, how much slaves we still are.
Just how short of a time that was ago in the same sense. It wasn't that long ago that we were all sitting on different sides and that we weren't together. But as I said, I wouldn't be here if it was still that way. So I believe in grace and change. And those are questions for Jerry and for y'all, honestly, that I don't have quite the answers for.
Now, if you're wondering.
Now, I'm sorry to do this to that brother. You know, there's no disrespect to that brother. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm not going to act like I'm in a different position. He gets made way more money than I am. He's a way more played slave than I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about personal the thing with him. But I'm just saying, you see how as grown black men, how easily we are to bend over, you know what I'm saying, and then walk this tightrope. Now, I can understand why. I understand the comfortability or whatever, but there is a line that you will have to draw where, you know what I'm saying, it's freedom or not, you know what I'm saying, where I want comfort and I want this lifestyle where I'm good with just being a player and not a coach and an owner, you know what I'm saying. I'm good with just shutting up and dribbling, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, that's probably going to come. I ain't even listened to a lot of stuff that they were saying about shutting up and dribbling, but, you know, we're going to go on to the next part because, let me see if I can see it. No, I don't know. All right. So, yeah, I know I'm going to keep this one up, though, you know what I'm saying, just in case my brother Bakari come on, because I want to hear what he got to say about his boy Dak Prescott here.
About the connection, you may remember LeBron was actually an avid Dallas Cowboys fan, but he said he stopped rooting for the team in 2017 for what he called moral reasons when Jerry Jones took a hard line on his players kneeling to protest police brutality.
Now, since LeBron James said what he said, I'm not going to really, because I got to give him props when the props is due, just like any of us, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can't walk the tightrope, you know what I'm saying? You can't walk and try to play both sides of the fence because it's never going to work, you know what I'm saying? And when people if anybody who usually and maybe it's exceptions, but usually when you play both sides of a fence, you know what I'm saying, no matter what kind of dispute it is in your life, you know, you may ended up losing on both sides, or you get rejected by both sides, or both sides see you as a traitor, and you may lose all the way around. It's just like when you try to do a project, you have to have a focus on a particular audience. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you want everybody to consume your product, but you have to actually focus it towards a specific demographic. And sometimes you just got to choose sides. You know what I'm saying?
NFL moving with.
Okay, Bakari backstage. I'm glad you came right on time before we went to the next part. Yo, what's up, Bakari?
What's going on? What's up?
Nothing much, man.
What's up, everybody in the chat everywhere? But
I gotta.
I don't know why you called me.
I gotta go back.
I
And
don't know
play
why. I don't know why you called me, because Dak Prescott. I like Dak, but shit, Dak just ain't choose no side. He didn't stand, but he didn't say he was okay.
He was kind of like he was kind of like 65 years though, sir. Like, I understand, sir. You know, he was kind of like
what he said was,
you know,
what he said was, that's a question for y'all.
One
you know
tap
what
shoe
he
on,
said
one tap
was,
shoe off.
but look, but what he said was, what I took that was more important than that was the confusion that black men create when they do that. He was like, you know, if it was, you know, if it wasn't, what he say, if it was still like that, I wouldn't be here.
Hold on, when they do what, Bakari?
He said, when they date interracially. Because if you go back and listen, what he said, what he was like, I wouldn't be here, something to that effect, but still like that, I wouldn't be here, something like that. So it's like he don't want to.
Hold on, he said if it wasn't for interracial, like something like I know you not saying his exact words, but he was like kind of implying if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be here or something.
Yeah, if you go back and listen, yeah, that's what he said. So it was like he didn't want to step on his black side. He didn't want to step on the white side, especially with the white side giving him $35 million a year. He didn't want to step on the white side. He didn't want to step on the black side.
And that boy just came off injury, and they was on that white boy backup too.
But just like he said, the media should be talking about it more. That's something for y'all. They're not really, like LeBron said, they're not nearly going at that the way they was going at Kyrie. LeBron didn't walk a thin line. He said what he said, you know, and on top of that, you can go back. What was it? It was 2017. He said something about him not taking a knee, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, I forget what happened. I think they was about to lose some money or some to that effect. I forget what was happening. So then Jerry Jones come out and take a knee. Everything he has done has been clearly for Jerry Jones. Everything about him, but that's what white folk do. I'm glad to see LeBron stand up. More players should say something. I heard somebody talking today, because it's a different sport. It have nothing to do with it being a different sport. It's because it's a different race. He didn't come out in what they made. I ain't gonna say made. They told Kyrie he had to apologize to get back on the court. Jerry Jones ain't apologized for nothing that he has ever done. He said he was a 14-year-old kid, curious, and didn't know what was going on. 14 or 15. 14-year-old kid standing out there. He knew exactly what was going on. Ain't nobody called him on that.
Hey, Bakari, if you was like, if your girl caught you with another girl, would you be like, oh, I didn't know what was going on. I was curious, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on.
Don't be asking me about that, man.
I'm sorry, I take it back. Go ahead.
Some questions you can't be asking what people. Yeah, that's what you would say. That shit, it wasn't me. That was none of me. Let me show that picture. That ain't me. You photoshopped.
All right, yeah, never mind. All right, go back to what you said.
But no, you're right. You would have been in line. You would have been apologizing, coming with roses. In this case, like you said, they should have been coming with $1 million to give to the ex-school for boys down in Brunswick, Georgia. You understand? That's what should have been done. But we don't demand that. We complain about what happened, but we don't make any demands. The only thing lately over the last few years that we so-called demanded, that some black people so-called demanded, was reparations. And this type of stuff, like I said, if you dig into the owner background of every team in the NFL, every team in the NBA, with the exception of Michael Jordan, you're going to find some extremely bigoted things done and said about black people. I like when you said he should have to resign. I don't think he should have to sell the team unless there's a black group that's going to sell the team, but I don't want him to sell the team, because if he sell the team, like I said earlier, think about it. He spent up right at $1 billion for the Cowboys. If he sell the team, he would sell it for $4 or $5 billion, like the owner from the Clippers when they made him sell the team. But that didn't do nothing. He paid $12 million for $112 million for a team, I think, and he sold it for $1.9 billion. So really, did you hurt him by making this old white dude sell the team? If you want to punish him, don't punish him by allowing them to make more money. You have to think of another punishment. We shouldn't argue that people like that. No, Stop supporting them. That's one way. Stop supporting everybody. But he shouldn't. That's why I say he shouldn't have to sell it. Because I'm tired of seeing people constantly get rich off the things that they're doing to black people. I'm going to say this and I'm going to pass it. I'm going to give you an example. When Antifa was going around burning up stuff in the black neighborhood, right? I asked people, don't burn nothing down. Just don't go to that store in the neighborhood. Because what you're doing, you burn it down and they get millions of dollars worth of insurance, leaving the neighborhood looking tore up. They getting rich off us because we refuse to live up to the Black Business Challenge and stop going to them. So now they getting richer and they ain't got to do no work. Shit, just give them the insurance money. They ain't gonna open that store back up. So now don't make him sell. Don't let him get even richer. Don't let his old ass die. If they can make him resign and he can't have no, that would be great. But then it would still be left to his son. So it's kind of like a conundrum, I guess. But that's just my take on it. I wouldn't want him to sell it because I don't want him to make no extra money. He gonna make money, but I don't want him to make that big a profit. We already knew he was a bigot. All of them were bigots. Yeah. Go ahead, man. I yield about it.
Yeah, and I agree, and I feel what you're saying, Bakari, and it's really not a conundrum because it's really the thing that we need to do. But I also the part that makes it a conundrum is our love for, you know what I'm saying, pieces of paper with people on them that would have lynched us for having this conversation right now, you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna let you off the hook with Dak Prescott right now, you know what I'm saying, because there's a lot of stuff I want to show. And yo, what up, Raw? And by the way, Raw, you might be right, because that's what I want to get into. That was the main topic. It's not really supposed to be serious, but I wanted to talk about this because I had to shout out LeBron James, but then there's like a rabbit hole to this, but I got into another rabbit hole. So let's kind of go quick, Bakari, you know what I'm saying? But let me play this part, though, because I want you to hear this part, you know what I'm saying? And now this is on to your other boy here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just play it.
There's plenty of other things to jump on Jerry Jones about. You ain't never hired a black coach. You didn't stand up for Colin Kaepernick and his rights as an American citizen.
And by the way, Bakari, I'm just going to be going through this stuff, you know what I'm saying, because I might be having computer problems and all that, so I don't want to keep whatever. I got too much stuff open, and there's a lot of stuff, but it's like 30 seconds, you know what I'm saying, so I want to go through it. But anytime you want to stop, just be like, yo, stop that joint or say something, you know. All right, so I'm going to play this joint.
to do what he did. You didn't speak out initially. You were actually hiding when it came to social justice issues, Jerry Jones. But that's entirely different than using a still photo of a 14-year-old standing in a crowd in 1957, pre-civil rights, pre-voting rights, because clearly the climate of those times were what it
Hey,
was.
hold on one second.
What the hell?
Let me say this right quick. I'm gonna go quick. They like to constantly say 14 years old in 1957. Do you know what 14 years old in 1957 was able to do or was doing to grown black people back then without anything happening to them? You understand what I'm saying? So it's more than just that picture. That's all I wanted to say, because it's way more than just that picture.
Yeah, I know, and you good, Bakari. You can, you take as long as you want, but and yeah, it's more than just that picture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just means he's been racist for 70 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and this looks like, oh, I'm just curious. Like, dude was the front and center. You know what I'm saying? You know how early you had to come to get this good of a seat? How much protest it was at the time? You know what I'm saying? And the other school is like footage of what they was doing to that girl out there on the street. You know what I'm saying? It's actual footage of what was happening during this time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like what happened, what they did to a young girl trying to go to a high school. You know what I'm saying? So you can look that up. And it's the Little Rock 9. You know what I'm saying? So look up the footage for the Little Rock 9 and you can see what people like Jerry Jones was doing. But all right.
Hell was going on in the Jim Crow South?
I refuse to let him off the hook here. I'm going on TV holding Jerry Jones.
Your boy Jay Williams
accountable, Stephen A. And we need to start doing this more. It's important for us to hold Jerry Jones accountable, to ask him to denounce racism, and to really tell us what the experience has been like, what he's learned. Jerry Jones didn't denounce racism, right? It felt like he deflected. And how come he didn't use words, Stephen A? Like that moment was a grotesque time in history. It was monstrous. It was ugly. Those kids didn't deserve that. But his whole approach, Stephen A, felt like he was above that. And what I'm trying to say right now, for where we're at in this time of history, you need to choose a side. Because that moment, Jerry Jones, the 80-year-old man, reminded me of the 14-year-old kid still being curious. And you can't be curious when you're in a position of power in the NFL representing hundreds of black people that work for your organization.
But what LeBron was talking about is unavoidable. The media. If I was a member of the media in that room last night and I didn't ask him a question and LeBron had...
That boy deflected hard as hell if you only catch that, you know what I'm saying? And he kept it straight off of his quote unquote, his boy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He went straight from what Jay Will was talking about. The media. If I was,
and look, I
was in that room.
Yeah, I don't know if this got cut up either because it's not the official video, but I'm not sure. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing that Jay Will keeps saying, something he didn't denounce racism, is one thing I ask black people: stop fighting losing battles. Racism is natural. It ain't going nowhere. So stop complaining about somebody being racist. They're not going to change the way they treat you. And I understand Jay Will wanted to leave because he got a white wife, but it ain't going nowhere. So instead of trying to change those people, we need to look in the mirror and change how we do things. And if we change how we do things, we will force them. They ain't going to change who they are, but we will force changes. And the changes that we need is going to have to come from us. But talking about denouncing racism, that seems that's a non-statement to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, you know, but you know, it's 2022. I'm surprised still got racism out here, Bakari. But okay, it's I'm gonna stop this soon. It's like 30 or 50 seconds left. I'm gonna see if I want to play it.
Hundreds of black people that work for your organization.
But what LeBron was talking about is unavoidable.
That work for your organization. But in a position of power in the NFL, representing...
LeBron was talking about is unavoidable. The media. If I was a member of the media in that room last night and I didn't ask him a question and LeBron had to confront us like that, it's hard. But You got to go home and look in the mirror last night after LeBron said what he said. If you are a journalist in that room, because there's no excuse that he wasn't asked that question. None.
James concluded his press conference with a question for.
Okay. So, all right. Let me go on to the next thing and show you why I showed this. And like I said, Bakari, after this, if you want to get off, it's cool because I went down a rabbit hole today, and people want to talk about theoretically there's no difference in race. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if you live in the same quarters and you still got different things. Raw might be right about the alien thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Bakari. I don't know. I'm just saying. But so look, right? So this brother here, you seen him? He used to call the NBA games, Bakari. Mark Jones, right? So
yeah, I've seen him. I ain't know his name though, but I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So he got in trouble because he liked a video, or he liked something on Twitter or something like that called Stephen A. Smith a coon, right? You know what I'm saying? So he liked a tweet for insinuating that he was a coon for defending Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's like getting in trouble and stuff like this, you know. Let me see. So let me X this one out. All right, so Stephen A. Smith got mad about this, you know what I'm saying? And it says Stephen A. Smith goes off on him, but there's a lot of people calling him a coon for that, you know what I'm saying? So listen to his response to this brother here, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that brother gonna get in trouble or not, and this is why I want to talk about it. Koku showed had a post about this, you know what I'm saying? But let me play some of this, you know, because I'm gonna skip around because it's kind of long, so I'm gonna just skip some of it.
One can only be called the sellout and the coon and all of this other stuff, but so much before.
All right, I'm gonna let my brother Rashid Holmes on, and like I said, man, I don't know if y'all want to come on this one because I'm going into some other stuff later. You know what I'm saying?
Salute everybody. What's going on?
Yeah, what
Assalamu
up?
alaikum.
Yeah, what up?
What's up?
What's going on, Rashid?
What's going on, brother Bakari? Podcast, radio. I said, let me get on this platform. Like what's going on in this world, man. It's wow out here.
Yeah, definitely, my brother. Yo, what up, Hardcore?
Hey, what's up? Got that Stephen A. Smith crooning like they ain't no tomorrow.
Man, he loves his white master so much, man. He'll sell anything. He'll sell his mama for anything. He can do anything to keep his slave master wisdom. He admitted out his own mouth. He worked with his slave master.
Well, he damn sure ain't got no problem selling out Black Americans since he ain't one.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna go into this, you know what I'm saying?
Or you feel compelled to respond, particularly when you're a black man. I love when people try to define blackness and act like they got, they got ownership papers on it. You get to define and decide who's black and who's not and all of this other stuff. Contrary to what folks may want to think, I've never been that dude. Yeah, I might talk about your game.
Hey, Bakari, hey, Ross said, did you get the money for your children's books?
Yeah, Ro, I got it. I was gonna say something. I haven't deposited yet. Thank you very much. I'm gonna deposit when we get off here because I just saw it. I just saw it this I just saw it this evening. But yeah, I got it. Thank you very much. I was gonna deposit then send you a heart. Thank you very much.
All right.
I might talk about an act that you committed, but what I never do is engage in character assassination and believe that I have a license to use whatever moment I want to use to define who you actually are. I don't do that. Now, I made news earlier last week, and certainly people didn't accord me that luxury. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, is somebody I purportedly came to the defense of. I didn't view it that way, but if y'all want to label it that way, so be it. I'm very, very fond of Jerry Jones, and I'm not hiding that from anybody. Such profound influence that he could influence racial tendencies in a positive way. And my position was, wait a minute, you're going to pull up a picture of a 14-year-old kid and use that? When the picture was a still picture of him standing in the crowd and looking. That's the reason that we want to sit up there and assume anything about Jerry Jones. I'm not that guy.
Is it plausible to believe that he was one of the people trying to prevent the school from being desegregated? Sure, but do we know? We do not. Did we see him throw at anybody? Did we see him spit at anybody? Did we see him commit any kind of violence?
By the way, it's a still picture, yo.
Oh, no.
He's a big coon, man. Fuck Steve Smith.
Saw. And because I had the temerity and the unmitigated gall to point that out, I'm a sellout. That is exactly the problem with our community.
He's not us.
Talking to the black community. White people, you want to turn to...
Yeah, he's a coon.
You told him you is a sellout. With respect.
Caribbean coon.
And the brother Mark Jones is getting in trouble because he liked the tweet that's calling him a quote unquote sellout, which would technically, if you sell out for money, that would make you a sellout. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Stephen A. Smith got a history of making sure that black people on ESPN that go against him or he doesn't like end up unemployed or reassigned.
Yeah, that's coon activities right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking to black people. You can listen if you want to, but I'm talking to black people. When are we going to learn? When are we going to wake up and stop doing this to each other? There's plenty of black folks that I've disagreed with throughout the years. I've disagreed with athletes. I've disagreed with coaches. I've disagreed with owners. I've disagreed with colleagues. I've disagreed with my mama. So what?
Hey, that's it right there.
And I'm seeing people running their mouth talking about me. You know my resume? I'm looking at my executive producer.
All right, so
I'll give you their names. Editor, deputy sports editor at the Philadelphia.
Y'all see what he was saying, but okay, so here we go.
Let me ask you a question, Forecast. Before you go in, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And anybody can answer when y'all get ready to talk. What's the difference in Stephen A. doing it on ESPN, dogging black folks, and people get on YouTube? Black folks get on YouTube and dog black folks.
He's on a national thing with a larger platform. But people with large platform, I don't think it's all the minstrel show stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's all for other people doing the same thing. So.
And Smith gets $9 million a year to coon out.
You know what? He coon out for $9 million a year, and you got people get on here. And trust me, this ain't me taking up for Stephen A. Smith, but you got people that will coon out for $2,000 a month for Google AdSense.
Hey, that's $9 million to them, though.
I was wondering if anybody was, because I don't see a difference in it.
It's technically
I really don't. I was just wondering.
Yo, by technicalities, is a sellout, right? You know what I'm saying? If you do something for money against your own stuff, especially if I don't think you believe it. Well, that's my opinion, but it don't sound convincing that a lot of people don't believe it. And you see here, he's trying to play both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, Jerry Jones being there at 14, I'm looking at that picture you just showed again. I'm like, it wasn't exactly a gigantic crowd. You could say, okay, maybe he was just looking to say, hey, man, what's going on? Or
Anybody heard LeBron?
But it's 1957. I haven't been around in 1957, but the images that were put forth to me from the 50s concerning black people in the South, I always see mean-looking white people. You know, anytime they show a black man, mean-looking white people that can't wait to kill a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what was on Jerry Jones' mind?
Well, he said it was on your mind. He said, shut up and dribble N-word. You know what I'm saying? We just told you. And this was a few years ago, but all right. And Dak Prescott shutting up and dribbling too, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? But all right.
That's Pete. Did anybody hear LeBron James go at the media today? Say why we ain't keep the same energy for Jerry Jones? How they came after Kyrie Irving? They not keeping the same energy for Jerry Jones.
Yeah, LeBron James, that's a script. Because remember that LeBron James was cooning out a little bit when Kyrie was doing his thing. So now all of a sudden he want to try to act like a hero now and save himself now. Come on.
Yo, why are you doing that? Because people came after him. He got blasted. He see everybody was sticking up for him. Like Jay Williams took up for him, and Jalen Brown took up for him, and man, them look bad. And Kyrie supposed to be his brother to help him get that championship in Cleveland. He feel guilty about it. That's why he's trying to redeem himself.
At Bakari, and he wouldn't have won that ring without Kyrie Irving hitting that shot either.
Thank you. That's so true.
Even though I think that whole series was fixed, though.
You know, you think everything is fixed.
I'll say when LeBron James went back to Cleveland, I knew they were winning the title. I knew it. Just like, matter of fact, I'm gonna call this right now. The Cleveland Browns, not this year, but they're going to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're gonna win, but they're going there.
My Eagles gonna go. The Eagles going to the Super Bowl this year.
Wait.
The Eagles going to the Super Bowl. The Eagles going to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I don't want to even get into this. You said not this year, right? The Cleveland Browns going. Just real quick, because we got to keep going. But the Cleveland Browns going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Not this year.
Not this year, but they're going because Watson.
Wait, what year you think they go?
Let's see. Next year is 23, so it could be possible because they had Watson come back after a 13-game suspension, and it just so happens to be against his former team.
Who you got going to the Super Bowl this year?
I'm not ready to go with the Eagles, even though they.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
I'm gonna tell you. Listen to me. It's stripped for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. This is the same year that Houston Astros won the World Series, and the Eagles won that Super Bowl that year that Houston Astros won. I'm telling you, it's set up for the Eagles to win. I got my money on there too. I bet my money on the Eagles. I don't bet money on Eagles. I bet
you better take it off then.
Bro, it's all about reading your prescription, like paperwork. The Eagles gonna get better and better, and we get to get Jordan Davis back.
You from Philly?
Yeah, we just got Jordan Davis back.
You guys are biased. That's why.
Listen, we just got Jordan Davis back.
Hold on, Rasheed. So we got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? I don't need. That's why I say I ain't even want to get down that thing. I knew it was gonna go lead to something else. So let me keep playing this. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a lot of stuff I want to go through, and I feel you, Raw. Try not to leave. I feel you if you do. I can't even be mad.
I'm gonna laugh. Something at the last laugh. If we do go over the way, I'm gonna laugh at you.
Yeah. Because this one is not even meant to be serious. That's why I want to get through the serious part before the other stuff. So, all right. So let me play the rest.
These sports at the Philadelphia Inquirer. We're the only group of people. I don't hear white people saying you ain't white no more. I don't hear Latinos saying you ain't Latino no more. And for the record, I ain't just some damn black man. I'm a brother. I love black people. I love the way we look. I love the way we walk. I love the way we talk. I love the way we smell. I love the way we act. Even when we mess up, we stink. Ain't nothing that can't be resolved by shout. We mess up, we overcome.
Oh my God.
I say y'all. I said we. I said us. Because I'm down for us. But it's stupidness that I ain't going to tolerate. We do it to each other.
So there you go. All right. So apparently, unless it's
you a part of the problem, Stevie A. Smith.
Yeah, absolutely, my brother. So unless he got a problem, and I know my computer's gonna do this. This is why I'm saying I'm gonna try to get through this quick. You know what I'm saying? Because my computer's probably gonna freeze up. That's why I'm gonna X all this stuff out. But I guess y'all can say something real quick while it's
Man, I need to explain about this situation, man, going on in this world, man. I told myself why we are so in love with the white man. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna tell you why they still in power to this day. Why? Because we give them power. We love the system more than we love ourselves. Because we stop loving them, their economy would collapse overnight. We give them power. That's why they still in power to this day. Because we continue to love them more than you love yourself. Stand us doing for self and stop depending on them and separate and create your own and do for self. We always look to depend on somebody to give us stuff, and they ain't not going to do it. This is their nature. They put their race first. What is the problem? Us loving our race. Every time we try to unite, we're being called you anti-matter, you hate group, all other stuff, and we are afraid to unite because we afraid they're gonna cause black extremism. But it's okay for everybody else to correct your group economic and love black first. We can't even do that because we so in love with the white man. He ain't not going to do nothing for you. You could love him all day, every day. He's never going to change. It's who he is. When we going to wake up and know that we all we got? We don't have no friends in this world. We always got us. That's it. When we going to start building and working together and stop trying to compete. You're doing exactly what the enemy want us to do. Be divided.
All right, yeah, definitely, my brother. Yeah, definitely. All right, so I want to show this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying y'all can jump in, but understand we're gonna go kind of quick, and I ain't gonna try to cut y'all off, but you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go kind of quick through this. And yo, you want to say something, Bakari? Yeah, go ahead. Well, you want to say something, Bakari?
I'm about to ask one. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Harko.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick that Stephen A. keeps questioning blackness and all that kind of stuff in the community. But see, he is not a part of the community, and he acts like he speaks for black people when he's on ESPN because he's always calling people brothers and always talking about as a black man, as an African American. But that's not him. You can't speak for us, but they hire these other people, the African Acho on that Fox, and most of these people are either half white or Caribbean, and they have them speaking for us. He needs to speak for himself. What's that other dude that used to play for the Jets? Bart Scott. He coons out on the radio every day, and he's a Jamaican, but he never coons out for Jamaicans or with the Jamaican culture, but he tries to coon out in our name. I hate that.
All right.
Okay, there you go. No, separating back. So there you go. But one thing Stephen A. said, right? When people say he ain't black, it reminds me when Terrell Owens went on ESPN and told him, see, and people like they get a pass because they go at Stephen A. But I said it was a bunch of BS, and this was one of the biggest coon statements ever. He said on ESPN with Skip and Stephen A. and say, you know what, Stephen A., you know what, Skip is blacker than you. I'm like, what the hell? And nobody said nothing. Do Stephen A. Can we say Stephen A. is a coon? Is a coon? Call him a coon. But the things that stuff like that, like I don't care how I felt about Stephen A. I would never get on no TV because y'all say with millions of people watching, that's why it's different. And say and tell a black man, this white man, he's blacker than you. How is he blacker? What is he doing to take? What is he doing or saying about black folk? But hey, that's the state that we're. It's damn near just the state that we're in. You know, like even when Alquan just spoke, he want to separate the Africans, Jamaicans, or they don't speak for us. What's the difference? There's black folks on TV with a job. Black folks from the United States on TV with jobs.
As you can see, Stephen A. Smith speaks against us, not for us.
Well, Jason Whitlock is from the United States. And like I said, right, so that's why I said, there you go. It's like, what's the difference? It's really no difference.
No, Bakari, that's what I'm saying. It is no difference. I'm just saying he has a bigger platform, but technically they're still all coons, you know, sellouts or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That is why I be trying to say, like, because, like, I'm not even going to go there because this is not the show for that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? And that'll be another show. I'll maybe make another show for that, but we, you know, so we're going to keep going forward here, you know what I'm saying? And, because I want to show this. And the only reason I was showing it because that dude, that brother I was showing before, Mark Jones, and how he can, you know, backlash, but they always had it out for him. And this was 2 years ago. And this dude was saying about him.
Crazy. I don't know how many of you paid attention to this yesterday, but Mark Jones is an ESPN announcer. He is going to do, supposedly, the Cincinnati game this weekend. And Cincinnati is hosting Army. In the space of a couple of days, Mark Jones on Twitter has said as follows. Okay, I want you to think about this. First of all, he celebrated Nick Bosa tearing his ACL by favoriting and liking tweets that said, Nick Bosa, you deserved it because you're a Donald Trump supporter. Now you won't be able to stand for the national anthem. ESPN commentator Mark Jones favoriting and liking those. Worse than that, in my opinion, he retweeted someone saying that the president of the United States is a white supremacist and a terrorist. And also,
prove me wrong at the end, by the way, white boy.
So this is what made me aware of what an idiot he was. He's been calling games for ESPN for over 20 years. He said now he will no longer use a police escort when he calls a college football game because he's afraid the policeman might shoot him because he's black. A grown man put that on Twitter. Now, so far as I know, no one has ever been murdered by a police officer as they prepare to call a sporting event.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, we will skip to the next part because it doesn't just stop there, you know.
Challenge yourself to the.
And like I said, y'all can jump in, but try to keep it, you know what I'm saying, whatever. No, like, don't limit yourself, but also, you know, be aware of the time, you know what I'm saying.
Rashid, where you at? You left my brother. Where you at, Rashid?
All right, so look, they also mad at him. You know, this was from last year about the Jacob Blake
a false
situation.
narrative. This is happening over and over again, whether it's in Hollywood, whether it's in the mainstream media, whether it's in the sports media. It doesn't really matter. These people will do anything and everything to push these false narratives, and no one is holding them accountable. This is why the mainstream sports media is dying. This is why the overall mainstream is dying. This is why no one can follow them.
The playoffs. So is this something where I think he's going to risk
mute your
playing
mic,
this week?
Rashid.
It doesn't sound like it, so I'm assuming it's not.
All right.
My bad.
Disgusting display that they continue to push. Right here we have ESPN's Mark Jones spreads lie on NBA broadcast that Jacob Blake was unarmed. After a 2-week break from spreading lies on Twitter, ESPN's highly promoted broadcaster Mark Jones interrupted his call of last night's Lakers-Bucks game to falsely claim that Jacob Blake was unarmed when he was shot by police last year. Of course, to use his words, that is wrong. Blake admitted that he had a knife in his possession. Video footage showed Blake.
All right, so okay, right. So it's, you know, they try to spin it or whatever. But y'all want to say something because we about to get off of this topic and go to something else, you know.
See, they want to attack the real brother, but when it comes to that Coon Smith, you know, they want to support him. My man Coon was out. Let me tell you something about Stephen A. Smith. See, the reason why he is cooning out, I don't know if you remember when he had the Stephen A. Smith show years ago.
Yeah, but I ain't listened to it though.
Yeah, that flopped, and then they didn't renew his contract, and then he realized what life is outside of ESPN, because those sports reporters for newspapers, they don't make a lot of money. I don't even think they make a lot of money when they're on TV, and unless they had a name. And then he had to capitulate to get back to ESPN. People forget that he got dropped from ESPN. And after that, he's been, every time a Jew comes up and a Jew's name is mentioned, he's kissing their ass like they ain't no tomorrow. He makes sure he says it over and over again in case nobody heard it. And he puts us down every chance he gets. He's a coon to the fullest. There's no excuses for that guy.
Yeah. Bakari, you want to say something before I go on?
Oh, that's how he got his start. I'm not knocking his coontivity. He got a lot of coontivity. But that's how he got his start. Do any of y'all know who Clarence Big House Gaines is?
Mm-hmm.
Clarence Big House Gaines, I would say he's the second greatest HBCU basketball coach of all time. He coached at Winston-Salem State. Now, Dave Whitney is the greatest. I'm a little biased because I'm from Mississippi and I'm an Alcorn State fan, and Dave Whitney coached there Alcorn. But them the two best. The way Stephen A. got his start, the way people noticed him was he wrote an article for a newspaper in Pennsylvania. This way before ESPN. He wrote an article talking about how the college need to fire Clarence Big House Gaines. You know, he went to Winston-Salem State. He was only back. He played basketball at Winston-Salem State. How they need to fire Clarence Big House Gaines. The game done passed him by, and he just crapped all over. So when the players, when they did a reunion, and they do a reunion to go back to the school for Clarence Big House Gaines, Stephen A. is one of the notable alums, right? That's never invited. That's how he got his start way before anybody. And some people was like he was mad because Clarence Big House Gaines kept him on the bench or whatever. but he didn't start. But for whatever reason, that's how he got his start. While he was still just writing little small articles in the newspaper, and the article was no more than like 2, maybe 3 paragraphs, but the whole thing was to insult a Hall of Fame college basketball coach.
All right. And by the way, Raw, I'm gonna go to, and you probably like this next part, and I get if you leave, you know what I'm saying, but I hope not. But Rashid, you want to say something?
That ain't nothing new, man. That ain't nothing new, man. Ain't nothing new. That ain't for us. When people that's coon and all that, they ain't for us, bro. Ain't nothing new. We already know what's going on in this world. I always say what I addressed earlier. A lot of people love the white Europeans more than they love themselves, bro. We always showing the true color in this world. And it's crazy. The world is exposing us. It's showing them who how coward we are as the people in America. Because look how we doing. We letting them walk on top of us, letting them do anything to us, and we not holding the same energy for Jerry Jones that did how they did to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving only he did a tweet. They just trying to wake his people up, but they crucified him. But they not crucified Jerry Jones. They trying to brush that under the rug. Come on now. They see that way. Why they gonna do that? Because they see us that we not gonna hold them accountable. They know that we're gonna continue to buy their product. You're gonna continue to support Nike and Adidas, and showing you how they show you how racist they are towards us. They could do anything to us. You gonna still go back there and support them. That's how they look at us. They look at us as guinea pig. They don't even see us as human beings. So they figured that they had brainwashed us. They had turned you into robots. Got you not thinking for yourself. They got you pinning on them all your life. You always gonna pin on them. Instead of pinning on yourself, you always gonna pin on the system. Instead, the system ain't never gonna do nothing for us or the kids. Just like they going after our kids right now, and it's sad. What are we doing about it? It's like we so in love. We are afraid of the white Europeans. It's like we are so afraid of them. We'll do anything just to please them. When it comes to us, we don't have no problem blowing each other brains up. But when it comes to white men, come to your neighbor, you sit there, bow down to him, say, "Okay, slave master, I got you," and know that he ain't your friend. He laughing in your face. He's sitting back and laughing at your ass. Say these niggas are dumb as shit. They do anything for a piece of crumb. Sell out their own people. Instead of doing for self. We got the money. We got the power. But we are powerful. Without us, there is no America. We are the source. We give away $1.7 trillion a year. Everybody's capitalizing off our black dollar. Like right now, ain't no other group coming out of their community and giving us their wealth. But we give everybody our wealth every single day. It's sad. I have tears in my eyes every day. It's embarrassment. Every single day in America, we live in America. That how we treat each other. They had taught us to behave just like them. That behavior we've been taught, got to get out of that behavior. They had taught us to be just like the white Europeans. Had their mindset. Instead of you being conscious of being queens and kings, they got you being just like them. Instead of us being ourselves. Stop, because they think for you. Like that's why all these technology, smartphone, gadgets, we got all these smartphones in front of our face, and we still out here dumbing ourselves down and letting media control our mind. We got to think for ourselves. That's why we got brains and mind for it, to think. Stop letting media tell lies. I call it tell lies because that's all they do, tell lies, vision your mind, tell lies to y'all. And that got you believing in that shit. You got to stop believing in lies you're being told. Get out of that believing in white lies. Everything we was taught by our parents, all that shit was a lie. Because you gotta understand, y'all parents been brainwashed. Some of our parents, I gotta tell the truth. Gotta call them out. They've been brainwashed from the last generation. You gotta understand, it's been passed down to our generation to generation. That's why it's on us to break that cycle. We gotta break that chain because they not gonna change. Because the lie is gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep spreading to another lie. And we gotta do something about it too before it get worse. If we don't do nothing about it, we're gonna find ourselves wipe off the planet for good.
Well,
and I pass my mic.
Because if the last generation didn't change nothing, and they were complaining about the previous generations, obviously this current generation ain't gonna change nothing, and the next generation ain't gonna change nothing. It's a sad situation, and unfortunately, when people keep talking about Kanye West and the things that he says, that goes to show that people are continue to be manipulated. I mean, the guy wears clothing that tells you where his mind is at. while he's trying to act like he's being attacked. And I mean, he's a rich guy who's acting like he's under siege by some unnamed entity.
I got one more question.
I dismiss him.
One more question. Nobody don't even know who Dr. Clark Anderson is. Anybody know who Dr. Clark Anderson is? Nobody only know about power economics, about how to keep your money in your community. I asked any old heads. You know about Dr. Clark Anderson? They say, no, I don't know about Dr. Clark Anderson. I say, damn. I say, they'll cry. I say, that's not stuff they didn't teach y'all.
Hold on.
Dr. Claude Anderson doesn't tell you to go to school, though. He doesn't tell you to go to college.
Yeah.
No, he tell you how to keep your money in your community.
Right.
Keep your money stuck alive.
It's all good, Rashid. It's all good. Like, we got to move on. All right. So we're going to move on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My brother has a problem with everything. You know what I'm saying? So look, I was going to show this, but I got to skip this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about this on another one. If this comes up, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if y'all saw about your boy, Charles Barkley. Bakar, I sent you that. You saw the joint I sent you earlier? But, you know, I'm going to skip this joint.
Go ahead. I ain't get to listen to all you.
Nah, I ain't gonna play that. I ain't gonna play that brother video. I don't want to play like particular people's videos. You know what I'm saying? That's why I play certain videos. But yeah, like yo, I'm gonna skip. We're gonna talk about this one next time. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a different topic, right? You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me X some of this stuff out. All right, so we're gonna talk about that next time. You know what I'm saying? All right, and like I said, man, y'all gotta bear with me on this one because I got a lot of stuff up, and it's like a lot of short stuff though. You know what I'm saying? And this part of the stuff, you know what I'm saying, y'all might not even want to be on here, and I understand if y'all get off of this part, but this is a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? Now look, you know, somebody was like, you know, theoretically, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, race doesn't exist. It's just a construct. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the thing, I'm like, you know, does it exist? Is it like culture construct, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, something that, you know, is really a difference between peoples, you know what I'm saying? And like, not just a little difference, a big difference. And it don't even matter if you're in the same environments, you know what I'm saying? Now, look, I'm not even going to play this whole video and it's 40 seconds because I don't even want to let LeBron, after he says something good, I'm going to at least let him shine on this particular one. You know what I'm saying? But y'all see the question, you know, if LeBron washes his leg. I went down a crazy ass rabbit hole earlier, so y'all got to indulge me. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if y'all want to be on this particular one, but I'm going to still play it anyway.
Sir. All right. LeBron, when you take a shower, do you wash your legs?
Now, I'm not even going to let him answer that because I'm going to let him shine right now. You know what I'm saying? So let me X this out. Now, like I said, I got caught up in the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's major differences between people here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Now, these are questions, and maybe y'all are different, you know what I'm saying? But these are questions that they're asking out here. These are debates out here. So I'm going to play some of this stuff that'll show you, like, differences that may be, you know what I'm saying? People are really, like, maybe race is actual or real thing and not just the construct, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just inherent differences when it comes to, like, everything almost.
Owls?
None. Let me start this over. I don't want to play this brother part.
Are washcloth people real? Are there actually people who take these tiny towels?
None. So, look, it's a real debate out here about is washcloths real so much that is I just use this show because there's so much long information about this. So I had to play this.
And here is a towel.
Oh, I gotta start this over too. But
in there is a bathrobe, and here is a towel and a washcloth.
Why would I need a washcloth?
To wash yourself with. It's in the name. Washcloth.
I just take the soap and rub it on my body.
That's nasty. I mean, you're getting the soap all dirty.
Soap can't get dirty. It's soap.
Wait a minute, do white people not use washcloths?
I don't know any who do. Do black people use washcloths?
I don't know any who don't.
Now, this may seem like a TV show and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Now, first of all, do any of y'all use washcloths or not use washcloths?
Man, no, nobody using no white towel, man. For what?
I always use a washcloth. I hate these type of shows. Oh, white people do this, black people don't do that. Keeps race, especially focused on black people in on the conscious of people's minds. I wouldn't mind it as much as they do it with Chinese, so-called Hispanics, so-called Arabs, East Indians. See, because those black ass East Indians are able to go under the radar without being called out on TV all the damn time. But we always got to get called out. That's why people always, when they talk about race, they always have us on our minds. I hate that. And these Negroes got to stop doing this too.
Y'all appreciate it. Been on my podcast. And what up, Koku? Yeah, I mean, I feel what you're saying about the TV thing. You know what I'm saying? They always use us for things. I was talking about the interracial marriage thing last time, and they had to use us for that. But I just use this particular thing because this is a whole rabbit hole. That's what I'm saying. And so I try to use the easiest, shortest thing so I can get through this. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is not even, because look, it may seem crazy, you know what I'm saying? But look, it may seem crazy. But if you go out there and probably ask the average, you know what I'm saying, European, they don't do this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it's every now and then there's a black person that does it, and every now and then there's a white person that does it. But it's a whole well of information. Like I said, y'all may not even want to be on this part, but look, watch this TV show.
What did the study say about washcloth or no washcloth?
Oh, it did not mention that at all. I think that's up to you.
Because that's a big debate over here.
Listen.
It is? Yeah.
Yeah, we
washcloth
were
or
talking
no
about
washcloth?
the other day.
Washcloth.
No
washcloth.
Washcloth.
Oh, no.
I think it's it's just different.
All hands, huh? All hands on deck?
Oh, I think it's just
I got things to do.
Make sure those hands move to the feet. Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, good job.
Yeah.
No washcloth.
No washcloth.
Now, their theory is right. They use their hand because the washcloth. This is what white people's theory here. And if you saw the beginning, you know what I'm saying, I was showing the Dark Ages and the cannibalism and the discussion. Because look, you know, even in one of the comment sections, they was like, yo, where's the Moors when you need them? And, you know, they ain't finished their job when they was teaching them. Because they was like, the washcloth gets dirty, but they use their hands and their fingernails. So if the washcloth gets dirty, wouldn't that mean like your fingernails and your hands gonna get dirty, you know what I'm saying, instead of the washcloth? You know what I'm saying? That you can like wash the washcloth, but your hands are gonna be dirty if that's your logic, you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense, you know what I'm saying? But it's serious out here. If you look at this and really put in washcloth debate, you could be like watching this all day, and you can guess who doesn't do this, and it's mostly white bitches. Because look, and I know that a lot of brothers love them, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, when we see what's up with this, you know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, man, I don't know if y'all want to get in on this, but y'all can jump in anytime, you know what I'm saying? All right. So, it goes deeper than that, you know what I'm saying? They actually had to do this.
All right, there is a debate on Twitter right now that just makes me roll my eyes. About what we wash in the shower.
Do you wash your legs? That's what's being debated. A surprising number of people say they skip it. They argue gravity does all the work.
Stop.
I don't know. Maybe that's not surprising.
No. You got to.
Now, Hardcore, do you believe any of this?
I'll tell you this. Wash without a washcloth for a week. Then wash with the washcloth after that, and see the difference in dirt that have dropped down in the shower. You know, I notice a lot of white people.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say a lot of white people. I don't know if you've been around some, and then you see their underarms, they're kicking like I don't know what. You know, powerful funk.
So it may be some truth to this, right?
As far as what?
Like white people like not using like washcloths and stuff like that, like on a general large scale kind of thing.
Could be. I mean, historically, they didn't wash at all. And I don't even want to get into those East Indians.
So, but would you say historically black people, you know what I'm saying? Like would you say generally today, black people, would you say most black houses you went to, you'd be like, can I get a washcloth? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, here you go. And they got one?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And most black people will use a washcloth, right?
Yep.
And we generally clean everything, you know what I'm saying? We wash our everything, right?
Oh, you got to.
Right. So, I'm just saying there's just some certain differences, like, like it's a little bit deeper than all of this, you know what I'm saying? Because historically, would you say black people are like kind of clean?
I mean, you go back to the ancient Egyptians, they were always cleaning. Then you got the Romans, they had public baths and public toilets. But the funny part is they weren't known for being clean.
Yeah, the first thing I show was the term throwing the baby out with the bathwater, which is a dramatic term, and it means the father takes a bath first, the mother, then the children, and then the baby last. And then the water was so dirty, sometimes they throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Damn.
Bakari, what you got to say about this?
I'm just listening, man, because if you go back a couple years ago, they were talking about how they don't bathe at all.
We're gonna keep going, Bakari, because it's inherent, because it's a deep rabbit hole. I just want to, because if we want to lay up with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you may want to check if they actually like take showers and stuff first, you know what I'm saying? Or if they wash their legs, because if they don't wash their legs, where do they stop at? And what are they using? And are you using the same bar of soap if you living up with your white girl and you washing yourself with this bar of soap that she using and letting her touch her face if the washcloth's so dirty? But let me keep playing, because watch this. And all these videos are short.
Rub to clean, okay? You got to get down there on those legs. Anyway, more than 600,000 people have answered this question online. About 81% say they do take time to scrub their stems. Yes, that's the 80, what did I just say? 81% of the people I want to hang out with.
80% of black people. Now watch who's the only people appalled by this kind of stuff.
You got to get down in there.
I'm just not worked up about it. I don't know.
19% of people that don't clean their legs.
Well, but you're taking a shower regardless, so I mean, it's not like it's not getting cleaned.
I mean, you only got to do it like what, once or twice a week. You might as well wash your.
Now you hear this fool? Nobody even said nothing about this. This fool just said, "Well, you only got to take showers." I think he's saying take a shower once or twice a week. But this is not even like rare though. This is the problem, and this is a difference. You know what I'm saying? This is a theoretically, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell is going on. The Moors didn't do a good job here.
And these are professional people who come in dressed in a professional way.
And she was trying to play it off like she wasn't really with it. So I believe her hardcore. I think she's telling the truth. And she was caping for it in a way that she didn't want to admit that she does it. But like, oh yeah, the water still comes down your body and stuff. You could tell she don't take full bodies, man. I don't know who is having sex with her.
That's why I always say when it comes to females in particular, and this has never failed, you check the teeth. If the teeth are bad, everything else can't be good.
Well, Jessica Simpson said she doesn't brush her teeth every once in a while. So,
hey, you don't bother with your teeth. I know you ain't bothering with nothing else.
All right, so yeah.
It's not like it's not getting cleaned.
I mean, you only got to do it like what, once or twice a week. You might as well wash your whole body, right?
Nothing that needs to be clean. It has to be rubbed. Like if you're not having
like,
contact,
black people was like, "What the fuck are y'all
just
talking
gonna
about?"
spray something on the table and then it's clean.
We're gonna move on now. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Peace triggered. Peace triggered. Hold on.
Yo, the black people read constantly, and all of these things is triggered for some reason. And look, let me tell you, they was in the dark ages before this. The Moors messed up. Okay, everybody hold the Moors back from teaching them how to bathe. If they go back in the dark ages, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm sorry, Rashid. Don't you use a washcloth, right, my brother?
Well, just come on. That's dumb. Of course I washcloth. Come on. For the forecast, cut it out.
But that's what they do, my brother. But yeah, let me keep going, man. All right. So listen to it. And she was caping hard for the people with the joint to not do that. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying. And look, even though this is not supposed to be serious, and this dumb white bitch here, you can tell how many showers she probably take. I'm just saying this stuff is true. It's all based in things that can be kind of verified in reality.
A theory about showering, which is I think that white people shower a lot more than ethnic.
Really?
I feel like showering more than once a day or every day is such a white people thing.
Okay.
I would like
Look,
to
there is
dispute
an
that.
African-American woman right there in a yellow shirt that's about to have a heart attack. If you look at,
Like, ain't no way in hell the dirty white bitch is cleaner than me.
Thank you.
Does any of y'all believe any of these white bitches is cleaner than this sister? Whether however you think she look, you think she's cleaner?
Well, I know this since apparently that's something that's going around in the media. obviously that must be another planted social engineering topic, since why would it keep on going around like that?
What you mean?
This particular topic about
But it's not like,
showering.
but it's not like, but it's not like mainstream. These is like low level stuff that y'all like. It's not mainstream topics, bro. Like, and
But still,
bro.
it's still there. It's still there to brainwash,
Bro. You would think yourself is not real if you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You might still think yourself is.
I'm saying things happen on TV. They don't put things on TV for a reason.
Oh yeah, most of the
I
stuff.
just told you, TV is a tell out edge. They tell out edge of your mind.
Oh yeah. Most of the stuff is not on TV. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm only picking the quick stuff here. You know what I'm saying? This is why these is like certain clips here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to go fast through it. You know what I'm saying?
And again, they keep relating it to black people instead of others.
Yeah, because others don't take showers either. It's more others too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But okay, Bakari, is this real or not? You know what I'm saying?
Them not taking showers, that could very well be real.
It's probably real. Y'all make including Italian bitches. The white bitches don't take showers either. You know what I'm saying?
But the others.
Huh?
And I was just gonna say the other stereotype that black people are afraid of the water and don't swim and all that kind of stuff.
I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I can't swim, bro.
Well, they say black people don't even want to go into the water. If anything, it's black women who don't want to go into the water and mess their hair up, but not black men. That's another topic.
Yeah, that's another topic. I don't know. Yeah, I saw that Bit of Medicine podcast. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if she's a biracial chick or not. But okay, so let me
Mom is half black, half Puerto Rican. She showers every day.
Yeah, that's the point right here. This was the point of even showing this, because she was like,
half black, half Puerto Rican.
she's half black, half Puerto Rican. So obviously she could speak for the black community, right? You know what I'm saying? Since she's biracial, right, y'all? Hello?
I wouldn't call that bi.
Well, it looked like the European, the Spaniard, you know what I'm saying, inside she's talking about.
We could ask what a Spaniard looks like, and then I got to bring up Michi X
So
again.
Spaniard, she's a biracial, bro. What are you talking about? Well, all right.
Puerto Rican and black, Irene Cara was Puerto Rican.
So Spaniards aren't Europeans?
No, not necessarily, no.
Oh, man, okay.
Every day. So I can say this, but I can say I'm now married to a white man and he showers a lot, like 2-3 times a day. I'm like, what are you guys? A dermatologist says that you are only supposed to shower.
All right, so let me skip this. You know what I'm saying? So, this is not a TV show. You know what I'm saying? So let me show this.
White people are not bathing. Think about people's hygienes. Am I right? Like the fact that people were like debating and protesting washing their hands more kind of just told me the whole story. But now we're learning a lot more.
When you shower, what's the first thing you wash?
Okay, I definitely go hair first.
Hair first?
Hair first.
Do you wash your hair every time?
Well, I only take like one shower every 6 days. So
Fam, one shower every 6 days. Every 6 days. Let's calculate that.
then I get out. Really,
that's not even half the year.
Hey, forecast, check this out, right? Just think about this. The reason perfume and cologne was created was to mask their body odor. That's really what it was. That was the purpose of it, because they didn't bathe. That was the purpose of perfume. That's the purpose of perfume and cologne, to mask their body odor, because they don't. Because they don't bathe. Well, I don't know about that. I'm talking about perfume and cologne. What folks wear today, it was used to mask their body odor.
Yeah,
that's the purpose.
Because we're talking about in 2022, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, Bakari, perfume is fake, my brother. So
if a woman only showers once a week, and that's that white lady that black guys can't get enough of, I don't even want to think about how often or how little the East Indian shower, because they be fucking up the place.
Yeah, they do. They do. And not to mention, Asians too, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah,
sometimes Asians can be neutral sometimes, but I get what you're saying, though. But those East Indians, though, they really be fun. They smell like everything you can think of and can't think of.
Yeah.
Start with hair.
And then
I'll normally do conditioner and then face wash. Then I get out.
See, and to see how she laughed right after face wash.
Face wash. Then I get out.
Because she knew how nutty she was about to get. That little chuckle told me everything I needed to know. She knows what she's doing. She just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. The soap runs down you.
And this is what they always say is a waste of time. It takes so much time, you know what I'm saying? It's a waste of time to like wash your legs. And this is what a lot of people were saying. This is like a real life thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying there isn't such thing as black people who don't do it, but yo, if you go out and ask them, I'm just willing to bet, you know what I'm saying? Like hardcore, if you don't believe it, go ask them yourself and see if they do it. I'm pretty sure some that'll be like, yeah, but it's probably be a lot that be like, yo, I take showers, yeah, of course I'm clean. Yeah, well, you wash your legs, right? Well, I just wash my underarms and my face and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like they would say that kind of shit.
You gotta wash your legs and also in between your toes too. Your feet.
Yo, for some reason they be like, yo, some of them be like, yeah, I wash my feet but skip my legs, and some of them be like, oh no, the water just comes down. It's crazy. Like they say weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? They still throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Waste of time. The soap just runs down you. Is this your and after?
Because
you know how the soap's like.
Yo, absolutely. I'm on the same page.
I'm not on that train.
No, I'm not fully aboard. but like I have a ticket.
So he still do the same thing, but he realized his friend wasn't really with it, you know what I'm saying?
Conditioner, face wash. Shorty is literally, man, I know what you're thinking. Classics, right? Hilarious movies. In the tip that something might be a little off. Jake says, more and more I find bathing to be less necessary. He's already lost me. I have no map. Good manners and bad breath get you nowhere. So I do that. But I do also think that there's a whole world of not bathing that is also really helpful for skin maintenance. And we naturally clean ourselves. Dylan Hall's a pussy? Watching things that rhyme. Concern my crotch daily and nothing else. Ashton Kutcher added, I wash my armpits and my crotch daily and nothing with soap every day. But I wash pits and tits and holes and soles. Ashton Kutcher added,
that girl from that 70s show that y'all probably like, you know what I'm saying? That's what she said.
I wash my armpits and my crotch daily and nothing else ever. First of all, Mila only washing things that rhyme. Concerning. And Ashton Kutcher's rule of thumb seems to be only washing. God. Biology's way of letting you know you need to clean it up. First of all, you forgot to bathe your pick-me. That's once you continue, and I'm a big fan of waiting for the stink. Once you catch a whiff, that's biology's way of letting you know you need to clean it up. First of all, you forgot to bathe your pick.
I'm pretty sure I ain't got nothing to say about this stuff, but yo, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying these are the ones that y'all love so much here.
Back of my cerebellum, it's just been. I think it's fine. And people be saying shit on Twitter. It's in my armpit, everything for me. Sophie Wiener says, I don't like use soap on my whole body when I shower. And I don't think I'm gross. I pretty much just wash my face and my armpits with soap. And I shower like once or twice a week. I think it's fine. And people be saying shit on Twitter. They be just saying shit on Twitter. So I'm not thinking anything of it until I scroll down into the replies. And whew, a lot of white people agreed. Julianne says, to those who are shocked that people don't scrub with soap every day, why are you killing the natural moisturizers with soap every day? Your skin and hair don't need to be cleaned every day unless you get smelly after fucking, exercising, or playing in dirt. You touch outside air, young. Regina King, 50 years young. Sweating in your sleep. Wake up, shower. Julia. Are you talking to us? Bassett, 63 years young. Viola Davis, 56 years young. Regina King, 50 years young.
Oh, Angela Bassett.
Yeah, I knew she was getting up there, but goddamn, that's getting close to the 70. Goddamn.
Yeah, she's still pretty.
Yeah, me neither. But apparently that was the last time that white people thought, you know what, maybe it's better to smell better if we fight disease. Like, this shit might be airborne, it might be contagious. Maybe we should bathe. And then for absolutely no reason that I can possibly fathom, European scientists, prominent European scientists.
Yo, and this is the thing, they really did do this. They came out and justified this. White scientists came out to justify not taking showers. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to tell you taking showers every day is bad for you. Now, I'm not a scholar or nothing like this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you to not listen to a scientist who's telling you don't take a shower, you know what I'm saying?
Started telling people that bathing too much weakened the flesh and made you more susceptible to disease. And not bathing went from a hobby to a practice, one that's clearly still happening today. This stuff was really bugging me, so I had to hit up a friend of mine, Nissa Goop. It's your skin qualifications. Why?
So I am a skin therapist. I'm also I
Okay, so she said, yeah, take showers and stuff like that. So, okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Bakari, you kind of quiet, bro. You got something to say?
I told you, man, I'm just listening.
Yo,
I'm just
okay.
listening.
Me too. I'm just listening too, man. I'm a little tired. I'm just listening too, man.
Okay. Do you think you know, there's a difference as far as like maybe, you know, there's a difference as far as race, even though we can live in the same house and we probably have a washcloth and they probably wouldn't. Would you think that's like even no matter if we live with each other like for 100 years or whatever, that's an inherent difference that would make us like some kind like different, you know what I'm saying? Like they're more than just, you know, being a concept, you know, like race is a concept, that this is an actual difference between us. Do you think I'm reaching or what?
Oh, there is a difference. If they bragging on not showering, they bragging on not showering, and the people they talking to is bragging on showering because they don't want to walk around stinking nasty. Yeah. That is a difference.
But there was a time that, well, apparently, allegedly, there was a time, I put there is a time where they would sleep with animals, because we know how they feel about dogs and how dogs could sleep on the bed. I got a dog, but my dog don't. I love my dog. I'll be hurt if anything happened to my dog, but it don't like sleep on my bed or like jump on my couch or nothing. And I've seen a lot of white people do this, you know what I'm saying? And even in the areas like when I'm walking my dog and I see them at the park or something, you know what I'm saying? They be doing some kind of disgusting stuff. So I see it. And we know that they have a history of sleeping in like barns and stuff, or sleeping with animals and their stuff. And that's kind of how they was getting sick. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't just sleeping next to them animals. I can pull up this thing and send it to you now. I think that was about 5-6 years ago, where they caught this white dude not too far from where I live, probably about 15-20 miles from where I live, hitting them goats. They ain't just sleeping in the barn, laying down next to them animals going to sleep. They doing more than going to sleep next to them animals, right?
Yeah, I showed Jeffrey Dahmer at the beginning, and he talked about the sexual nature, but it was this is only like 2 topics, and this is the first one, is just taking baths. You know what I'm saying? This is only taking baths, yo. It's only 2 topics here, taking baths. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, we sleeping up with just the white people. This is only white people. I ain't going into Asian hygiene and what Asian people eat. This is white people here. You know what I'm saying? You know, the John Brown himself. You know what I'm saying? So let's listen to what John Brown has to say about his children.
But we bathe very rarely.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that you're talking about this.
Yeah.
She didn't have a bath for like 5 months of her life.
Yeah, like we didn't bathe her for the first whole part of her childhood. And like now we basically bathe her if she asks for it because it's fun, or she's really.
Now, I'm not a parent. I'm not sure who's a parent on here, but any parents, would you bathe your kid in the first 5 months of their life?
That little baby smelling like Dookie. They still dooking in that pamper. Hey, Man, that's a stanky little baby, man.
Yo, they did have to get black people to take care of their children, bro. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's a stanky little baby, man. All that piss and dookie all over that baby. And they bragging and we ain't bathing like the first 5 months and we only bathing now when they ask for a babe. That's crazy as hell. Hey, before Cass, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna listen offline, man.
All right, peace, Bakar. Yo, you gonna miss the food part, bro. Like you gotta, I know you gonna go to sleep, but yo, you gonna miss the food part.
I'm about to do the same like him, man. I'm getting sleepy myself.
All right,
me too. Me too.
All right. I know y'all gonna run from this one. This is I know this. I'm
just gonna listen to your live stream. Just listen. I enjoy being on the platform.
All right,
me too.
Peace, yo. All right, peace, hardcore. I appreciate you coming on, bro.
All
right, Bakar. Yo, I knew they was gonna run from this one, Raw. They ain't ready for this conversation because this is yo, they ain't see if y'all want to come on, y'all can come on. I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time. Let me I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Cause they is gonna run from this topic, that's for sure. But if we gonna have to theoretically prove stuff, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to theoretically prove it, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to come on, because a lot of y'all think this stuff is like spooked out and crazy. And I may be reaching here, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me go back to sharing the screen. All right, and if you want to come back on the food part, you know what I'm saying, y'all welcome to come back on. This is not even supposed to be serious, and that's my point, Now, for some reason, it's not working now. All right, let me try it again. I know I shouldn't have stopped sharing it. All right, yeah, but this is not meant to be serious. I knew y'all was gonna run from this, but we can't deny that theoretically, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna be able to make no excuses for this kind of crap here.
We really wanted to keep her skin microbiome as healthy and intact, even if it's just rinsing with water. Our water has chlorine in it and all kinds of other preservatives and different chemicals that I just didn't want to expose her to.
This show and being married to my wife has opened me up to so many more thought processes like this, because I think so many of us are conditioned. But if you really strip it down and think about it, obviously we lived this way naturally for a very long time.
Hey, by the way, Raw, I told you to stay, you know what I'm saying? I knew, I knew that was gonna happen. But they try to bring up, you know what I'm saying, other people, by the way, you know what I'm saying? Because this was going to cut their argument. It was to come. A lot of people will be jumping out the window. And if they haven't learned by now, you know what I'm saying, if you got to take your time when you come on here, you know what I'm saying? Because something is probably going to come up to cut your argument, especially when you're saying everything is fake and this group does this group does this, and you look at around the world. This is the French here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When it gets real, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? You may be right, Raw. They may be aliens, and there's no way they can describe. There's no way they can. And like I said, because Bakari brought up some sexual stuff. That's a whole nother realm I'm not going into. This is the basics, like taking a shower. And all I'm saying, if you're gonna sleep with somebody, you may want to ask if you take more than 2 showers a week. And if the girl has a period, you may want to ask if she washes her vagina, bro. If she washes her legs. And I know we want to sleep with them and do all of these other things, but we got to get past the shower part. That's what I'm saying. Before we integrate, let's integrate, right? We're going to talk about integration, but no, we don't want to have this conversation. We just want to talk about how great they are, how lovely they are, and oh yeah, how bad we are, how terrible we are, how black people ain't this, how black people ain't that. Nope. We're going to look at if they really a different race or not, you know what I'm saying, or species, because that's really what it is. And you know what I'm saying, let's look at if that Neanderthal plays a role. And I'm not even gonna go into a whole series on this, because we could talk about the Asians and East Indians and find out if they really black or not. Let's go to an East Indian home and see if they got washcloths or not, you know what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that's what makes you black or not, you know what I'm saying, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying generally, you know what I'm saying, black people are more into cleanliness, you know what I'm saying? And it's a truth to trying to save them, you know what I'm saying? Because if they have another Black Plague, you know what I'm saying? Because it was another case of the Black Plague out there, you know what I'm saying? And they got scared, but y'all ain't gonna touch this stuff. We gonna go all the way in on this, you know what I'm saying? And just stuff y'all gonna run from, and there ain't no way around this stuff here. So let's finish up with that. This was the last hygiene thing too, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't even get past it. And the food thing is lighter, but it's sick, you know what I'm saying?
Well, today we're going to focus on a stereotype about the French, one that's particularly strong in Anglo-Saxon countries, that they have a questionable relationship with hygiene.
Absolutely. And before we begin, I must say,
because people want to be like, oh, is this an American thing where white people aren't washing their? No, it's a historic. Where have you been for the last, how long have they been alive? 6,000 years? We want to talk about more of this and more of that, how we civilized them and did, bro. Obviously, we didn't do a thorough job because, you know what I'm saying, that savage nature is still going to come out. But let them not be able to wash themselves, bro. It's okay. If they get sick, they get sick. You know what I'm saying? It's not your problem. You help them one time, wash your hands with it. You know what I'm saying? This goes deeper than all of this. You know what I'm saying? This is just the surface level. You know what I'm saying? And this is the stuff that y'all going to run from here.
this show has been a popular demand. Many of you have asked me about it, so I find that interesting from the get-go. But as the stereotype goes, the one about questionable hygiene certainly is hard to wash off here in France. And it's paradoxical because France is also famous around the world for perfume and beauty products, but we'll have to do a whole extra show about that.
Bakari was just talking about they were so nasty and dirty. They still to this day are famous for the perfume. Oh yeah, but let's go get our passports and let's go divest and all of this stuff. You better ask them on your first date if they wash their legs and if they wash their genitals and stuff like this. If they use a washcloth or if the bar soap you using was on their hand pots, you know what I'm saying?
Because France is also famous around the world for perfume and beauty products, but we'll have to do a whole extra show about that. The truth is, though, when people think about French people,
a whole extra show, which we're not even going to touch on.
What often pops to mind is the cartoon Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew, a skunk, so it says a lot about things. Why is the...
When you think of French European people, you think of a skunk. When you think of white people, you think of a skunk. You know what I'm saying? It says a whole lot.
Stereotype so long-lasting? Well, historians say there's a grain of truth in this. Until the late 19th century, the poor working class in France just didn't have access to a decent water supply as soon as they did, say, in...
Y'all listen to the BS excuses. I'm gonna step away, so if I miss something, it's okay. But I'm gonna keep playing it.
Britain or in the United States. Now, it didn't necessarily bother people, though. Back in the day, people thought that not washing was a way to keep their antibodies and essentially to keep their natural defense system in shape.
Now, things certainly have changed since the late 19th century, thank goodness. But what's the situation like in France today?
Well, it's really hard to say, Jeannie, because time and time again, there are polls and studies on the issue, but they're quite contradictory. For instance, there was a study in 2010 that found that with an average of 40 minutes a day, French men and women alike dedicate more time to the pursuit of cleanliness than their other European neighbors. But then there are other polls that are a little bit more cringeworthy. For instance, a poll from 2012 found that 20% of French people don't shower every day. That's 1 in 5, which is interesting because when you ask people on the street, they're all squeaky clean.
Do you feel like people are washing less?
No, not as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know.
See, like they really out here like thinking they're clean and they don't know how to take showers. You know what I'm saying? The Moors failed at their job. Exactly, Raw. And that's why I say you the realest, you know what I'm saying? They ain't willing to have this conversation, you know what I'm saying? And I know you and Lightbearer definitely understand what I'm saying. And they understand too. It's just that Hard Cold couldn't be like, that's fake, because he know damn well this is true. And there's no way he could put his cape on for these white bitches or white dudes today. And Bakari know it's true. And he couldn't put his cape on for Dak Prescott or any of them or what goes down with it. And shouts out to my brother Rashid for coming on here. But y'all ain't gonna be able to talk about this. And you already know there's a clear difference in the species, right? It's the mindset that's different. If you can't even see, they look at the world differently. Like they think it's okay for Trayvon Martin to get killed, right? We shouldn't be in a society with them, right? But since that's not enough, let's go break it down detail by detail. So when you know that you're sleeping with them and going with them, what you really got to deal with, you know what I'm saying? The kind of infections you probably get.
I should take that. Well, ask me.
No, you look clean.
I wash every day. I don't know about everyone.
Well, this is not staged because you know people every day, and I seen this with my own eyes, so I know this is true. That's what I'm saying, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying, trying to whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know, this is real, you know what I'm saying, and there ain't no way you can cape for it.
Else.
Now, you might say, of course, if you have a camera in your face, you're going to say that you wash every day, but things were a little different not that long ago, just a few decades. Take a listen.
Oh, at least 2 times a week. In the winter. I wash.
Now, y'all heard that newscaster, like, oh, he thought he was good. Oh, yeah, I wash my 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Take a shower, not that many times. They really be like, yo, this is a waste of time. I don't even get that mindset. Washing your legs is a waste of time, and then you get on the internet and make a dumb video about it. But washing your legs is the waste of time. And if you go in the real world, I'm saying, like, you can come prove me wrong. I'm just saying, like, the amount of stuff that's in this lane is ridiculous. You see, I got like 100 videos here, and I had to X so many videos out, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted to show that I couldn't. I just wanted to show like one couple talking about it, like, oh yeah, black people think that, you know what I'm saying, we nasty, but we clean, you know what I'm saying. But then when they ask the question, they're like, well, no, like, and they really like, yo, no, it's nasty. They say it's nasty for you to, you know, use basic hygiene and stuff like this. They think that's nasty.
More in the summer, every day.
Well, I guess it just goes to show you over time, people have become more,
which is essentially linen that you spread out on a table and you put your fine jewelry and makeup on, and then it became all the little.
Now, I even heard somebody be like, yo, when they wipe themselves, they like throw it in the trash. It was something else they wanted to play in here, but I forget it. Yo, throw the baby out with the bathwater comes from somewhere. And look, this was only half the show. They couldn't get through the first half, you know what I'm saying? It was all right when we could, you know what I'm saying, argue and debate about black people. I tried to talk about something positive and something good at the beginning, and you know what I'm saying, we want to find a way. And I even played Stephen A. Smith, you know what I'm saying, so, a coon, you know what I'm saying, and I put him on blast, you know what I'm saying. But when it came to putting other people on blast for the real disgusting, nasty stuff that it is out here in this real world, you know what I'm saying, we ain't got that energy, you know what I'm saying. So let's get to the next thing. And if y'all want to come back on here for this next part, because it may be better for you, but I don't know, because this is just a shower part, and I'm gonna skip the millions of videos and TikToks and all of this stuff. Check this out, y'all. Let's go to the food area. Let's just go to the food aspect of this, right? Because I seen this video about Thanksgiving. Their bathroom and what is SX are disgusting, which is why they have the most diseases. That's absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? What is SX? All right, so watch this, y'all. Look at this turkey here. This is their Thanksgiving. And obviously, this is a thing here. I'm not a cooker. I don't cook a lot. But look at this Thanksgiving dinner here. And I'm going to try to speed past this because I'm way over time. But it don't matter. I'm going to go through all of it because I was in the rabbit hole. So y'all going to be in the rabbit hole with me. But watch this turkey, y'all.
What do you want me to Ma, do? Where's the seasoning, Ma?
The mayonnaise is all done last night. What are you talking about?
Hold that turkey. Got it?
No.
You got it?
I don't know. Oh, all right, good.
That's the whitest thing I ever seen.
It's mayonnaise.
Shush my eardrums. Pick open a stupid thing.
Get out of the way.
Open the drawer.
Hold on. I got to put some more seasoning on that.
Let it put some seasoning.
Did you do mayonnaise last night?
There's
mayonnaise
is not a seasoning.
I seasoned the whole.
Mayonnaise. You seasoned it.
Mom, let's just throw some.
Go ahead.
I did last night.
Where?
Shit.
It looks white because there's mayonnaise on it.
Cook all you want. I'm done.
Hey, there's a little. I'll go put some on there quickly. Come on, let's get it in there.
Let me just make sure. What do you put on normally? Now look, y'all. Like I said, I'm not a chef. Okay, without the E, you know what I'm saying. Now this fool's gonna sit there and act like, you know what I'm saying, they ain't been eating that turkey for the last 20 years, but because they got TikTok and they know black people gonna put them on blast, for the mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to change. It's disgusting, bro. Like, yo, you better watch what you go eat, like, because I know we like to send our children and to over there to have sleepovers, even though a lot of times they end up dead. But like, yo, you better, if you're gonna send them and trust to send your children over there, you better send them with a sandwich. This is the food they're eating. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Bakari, that's why I was trying to tell you. You may want to stay for the food part, because this far might be kind of funny. I'm just saying, but this is not serious, but it is serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying you may want to send your kids with a sandwich, bro. Watch this, man. Look at this, man. They just doing this for TikTok because they know they've been eating this turkey for 20 years.
Where's the seasoning, Ma?
The mayonnaise is all done last night. What are you talking about?
Hold
Eating it down too.
the turkey. Got it?
No.
You got it?
I don't know. Oh, all right, good.
That's the whitest thing I ever seen.
It's mayonnaise. You
Just my
asshole.
eardrums. Pick open a stupid thing.
Get out of the way.
Open the drawer.
Hold on, you gotta put some more seasoning on that while you
Let
got
it put
that.
some
Did
seasoning.
you do mayonnaise last night?
There's
Mayonnaise is not a seasoning.
I seasoned the whole.
Mayonnaise.
You seasoned it.
Put it in.
Mom,
Put it in.
let's just throw some
Go
pepper.
ahead.
I did last night.
Where?
Shit.
It looks white because there's mayonnaise on it.
Took all you.
Yo, this is funny, right? But what's not funny is there was the dark ages before slavery. You know what I'm saying? They was having plagues. They was poor. Their kingdoms was in the jungle until slavery. You know what I'm saying? Until you gave them free wealth. You know what I'm saying? And they still have the same tendencies. Like, look, I showed at the beginning how they used to eat bodies and stuff. It was fish and berries. They'd be like, oh, it was the wintertime. No. It was fish, berries. You can grow stuff. You can kill animals and stuff like this. It was buffalo. Oh yeah, they did poison the buffalo eventually. But it was all kind of animals out there. And they try to be like, oh yeah, we ate each other because it was so cold and our ship got destroyed. No, they was eating each other for centuries and centuries and centuries. You know what I'm saying? And they was eating a little girl. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same habits. You know what I'm saying? You eat differently. You know what I'm saying? When you go over your girlfriend's house, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to stuff this down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the macaroni and cheese at this house. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but it's not funny, man. It's sad, you know. Now watch this, yo. Yo, thank you, Lightbearer. And you know, you're welcome to come on if you want to. And I'm, like I said, I'm gonna try to go through this quick because I'm almost done, but I still got to go through all of these. But they all quick.
You want no seasoning on that? Oh, cook them a little. Fair enough.
They done been on TikTok too much watching black people. Even from TikTok, we saving their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just looking like you could tell a black person rode up into Europe and seen a bunch of nasty, dirty people. It probably stinking pigs and disgusting, you know, ish everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, yo, let's save them. You know what I'm saying? Let's help them. You know what I'm saying? It is, you know, what, it is 1392 for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? Let's save these people. You know, we are all one. And, you know, my religion told me that I got to spread the knowledge to all people. So let's save them. And look at the thanks you get, you know what I'm saying? And even off of TikTok, because they had to enslave you and get black women to raise their children because it was stuff like this. They was like in the kitchen cooking this kind of stuff without you. And they was having the dark ages for a reason. I'm just saying, you know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bakari will go over there and get a plate. They do try to make it white, bro. They do try to make it white. And this girl tried to
They
be
look
funny.
frozen because they were.
She tried to be funny, but the last thing, because Bakari will let her to the cookout, right?
And no, as many of you know, this is blown up. We're at 6 million, and no, I am no longer allowed to go to the cookout. If you could invite me to yours, because I exposed everybody, and they don't like me now.
Bakari will be like, oh yeah, well, she do got a black son, so let her to the cookout. She called him out about the hot dog. I'm joking, Bakari. I take that back. Bakari wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Hardcore might say that. Well, no, I'm just playing with y'all, you know. All right. So look, man. Watch this, yo. Even the coons find it difficult to coon in the face of their food. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the differences transcend cooning, bro. The differences transcend cooning. This is Oprah here. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't even fake it on TV. And I don't care if you say it's fake or not. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? This was Oprah when the white girl won some. This is what they call $1 million chicken here. $1 million chicken. And you can't tell me this don't be real here. This is $1 million chicken.
It's literally worth $1 million.
Do you like it? I hope so.
Oprah tried out the chicken on her legendary talk show way back in 2000.
That is so bad. It's hard for them to coon out here. So bad. It's hard to coon. Oh my goodness.
Oprah tried out the chicken on her legendary talk show way back in 2006.
Now I'm joking, Bukhari. I'm just playing with you. Bukhari wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing.
Out the chicken on her legendary talk show way back in 2006. And as sometimes happens these days, nearly 13 years later, it's being brought back to life on social media.
Just say yes.
No. I do like it. I like it very much.
And lying to the eating chicken and lying to the white girl. Might as well put on blackface. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But it was. Look how hard it is in the face of their chicken. It is to coon. Maybe that might be the key to saving that white girl chicken. You know what I'm saying? Maybe white bitches is the damn savior. Just have them cook a bunch of chicken and it'll make the coons hard to coon. You know what I'm saying? Because even they can't coon in the face of their food.
To life on social media.
Just say yes.
No. I do like it. I like it very much. I think, did we add salt and pepper? I think we needed salt and pepper.
No, there's no salt and pepper in it.
After the clip went viral last month with 7 million views, Oprah posted this video.
The truth for me was that I am used to having salt and pepper on my chicken. That's just the truth.
Now, I can coon all day, right? I can coon all day, but when it comes to eating, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's going to be difficult for me to coon. And that's the truth for a lot. Maybe the cookouts are the key to salvation. Maybe I got it backwards here. I'm not sure. Maybe I got it backwards. But even Oprah couldn't lie about that. You know what I'm saying? No, she won a contest. It's not really $1 million. It was $1 million contest and she won. You know what I'm saying? And it had to be all white people. And it was a TV show or something. And she won the $1 million prize. And so she, I don't even think it was on TV, but she won a cooking contest and it was $1 million prize. So they called it the $1 million chicken. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking.
The recipe for baked chicken with spinach stuffing was created by stay-at-home Chicago mom Anna Ginsburg, who won the $1 million Pillsbury Bake Off prize. So is it really worth $1 million bucks, or was Oprah's reaction the real verdict? To find out, Chef Ashton Keefe cooked up the chicken.
They had to bring a white girl on. They couldn't bring no black person. Even the coons couldn't take this job. If it was like, yo, let me throw a black person under the bus, I'll eat their food, but I'll say their food good, but I'll throw their restaurant. I'll say their customer service bad, but you know what I'm saying? They couldn't even get a coon to come on here and taste this white girl chicken.
Inside Edition producer Allison Hall. The secret is in the sauce.
This is kind of like what's so phenomenal about this because it's that salty sweet, and so we're using maple syrup.
And there's always some salty, let it marinate, saturate in my body kind of stuff. It's disgusting, man.
Phenomenal about this because it's that salty sweet, and so we're using maple syrup. And we're using...
Yeah, I agree. You know, baked chicken is healthier. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You know, we have a terrible diet. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with that. But I mean, it's still better than this.
Edition producer Allison Hall. The secret is in the sauce.
This is kind of like what's so phenomenal about this because it's that salty sweet, and so we're using maple syrup, and we're using peach preserves, and then we're using Worcestershire sauce.
And plenty of seasoning.
We want to make sure we season every single piece of this.
20 minutes.
Yo, they always be a whole lot of seasoning and take a pinch. Like, oh yeah, it's a whole lot of seasoning. It'd be like some salt or something.
425 degrees and voila.
You know what?
I get why it's worth $1 million.
They had to bring a white girl on and be like, oh yeah, I'll do this. You know what I'm saying? We can't find a coon in the stable to even taste this white girl chicken. Let's get this white girl to save her. And look how hard she's chewing. Like, it's disgusting. She knows it's disgusting.
20 minutes at 425 degrees, and voila.
You know what? I get why it's worth $1 million.
Her throat hurting like, I get why is it worth $1 million? All right. So watch this, man. Let me start this over. If you think that's just celebrity stuff, let's look at average people out here trying to teach us how to cook. They work for Sanders's farm, and they say from hatching and kill in 2 weeks, kill and sell poisons and steroids, you better let go of all of the meats. Yeah. I mean, they don't even cook the meat though. It's disgusting. Watch this, y'all.
How do we defrost chicken? Put it in water, let it defrost over 4 to 5 hours. Get a frying pan, put some olive oil on, and then the chicken once it's heated up. Season it thoroughly with salt and a little bit of pepper for the extra spiciness. Flip it, plate it, and cut it up with a beautiful cross section. And enjoy.
I'm not a chef, yo. I'm not a chef.
Hold on for a second. I know your little nasty ass did not just sit up here and eat that hot ass raw chicken like that. If you don't get your hot fish tank breath ass up in the restroom and throw that shit up, talking about some enjoy. No, motherfucker, you enjoyed. That was your last meal. That's what you chose? That was your decision. Okay. Stupidity. Motherfucker just committed suicide on a TikTok video. Where the hell is the seasoning at? See, that's y'all problem. Y'all be using the seasonings that come with the table and shit. Salt and pepper, you need more than that, all right? Like that shit, that's 1960 shit. You need to add flavor to your life. You know what? I should have known this tutorial was gonna be fucked up the way it is. By the sound of your damn voice. Y'all don't know how to cook fucking chicken? How to defrost chicken, put in water. Like, nigga, is that Harry Potter behind the camera? Ain't no fucking way he cooking chicken. Then this shit done went viral. I wonder how many families you done killed with this video so far. There's something wrong with you.
It went viral, and a lot of people in the comment section, it was white people like, oh yeah, thank you so much. You know, he didn't even cook it all the way. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he barely cut the video, you know what I'm saying? He just put it on there and just, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he didn't do any of that. He didn't throw any of that stuff on there. I'm saying, man. And look, it's so many videos. I just had to take like a few that caught my attention. And there was so many videos on this brother's channel alone of regular people. Oh man, I don't got the other one. Oh yeah, here it is. Look at this, man. Now, I don't care if you a thug, if you are who you are. It may be 1 or 2 black people out there probably that may be one of those golf black people that might try this, but look at the stuff they do, you know?
Last night, so I'm cooking up some NyQuil chicken.
I was sick last night, so I'm cooking up NyQuil chicken. And they eat it. It may be a joke, but they eat it.
I've done this in the past, and usually I use about, 4/3 of the bottle. And if it's your first time doing this, you can get away with using about 1/5. Season that NyQuil in there just at the right temperature. You're going to want to let it sit there and sizzle for about, 5 to 30 minutes. Make sure you're constantly flipping over the chicken. You don't want to give one side more attention than the other. Oh, sometimes the steam really makes you sleepy. Woo. Oh, fuck. What you're looking for is that blue.
It may be fake, but these fools really eat this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, let me keep going. Because some of y'all might actually like this one. And it's crazy, I'm not sure how to feel about this one. And I'm going to move on. It's a piece of watermelon, yo. And I don't want to hear no more black jokes about watermelon.
Okay, this is too much. When was it ever okay to fry watermelon? I did not read that in the code of conduct for fruits. This is not it. This video just gave me so much anxiety. Where are you from? Gotta be Hogwarts. Or
Yo, y'all say if y'all would eat a fried watermelon. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna say yeah. Y'all put a one or say yes or something. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all gonna say yes.
or some type of land in Harry Potter, because I've never seen no sorcery like this. You know what? I take that back, because that's disrespectful to cast a spell on. Vegans don't even do shit like this. They'll look at that and be like, I'm calling it.
All right, man. Let me keep going, bro. Because look, I'm not just trying to make fun. You know what I'm saying? This dude really went into a history of white people and unseasoned food. The history of white people with unseasoned food. You could believe there's something like this? All right, peace, Lightbearer. Peace, Lightbearer. I'm almost done anyway. It's only like a couple more to show, and they all quit. But this dude said the history of white people unseasoned food.
Expensive, so having well-seasoned food was a display of wealth and success. Cardamom, ginger, clove, and saffron could all be found on the estates of the wealthy. But by the 17th century, spices were affordable, and even the poor were able to afford well-seasoned food. Since the poor were able to afford spices, they were no longer a status symbol. So what were the European elite going to do? Well, they stopped seasoning their food. But why? Well, the wealthy landowners said that their food was so good that it didn't need any seasoning. That it was so well grown and so well cooked that you should just taste the food, not seasoning. So the next time your Uncle Jimmy says that you don't need to season your steak, tell him that he only thinks that because some wealthy Europeans wanted to feel special.
So according to this fool, you know, he said the European greats wanted to unseason their food, but I don't know. Maybe they seasoned when they was eating other people. I'm not sure. So it seemed like they got a history of eating unseasoned food, but it gets worse. You know what I'm saying? I just want to show you some of the crazy stuff that I just seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna play these ones real quick because they make stuff on the counter and stuff.
Nachos on her counter.
Yo, I'm just showing you how deep the rabbit hole goes. I'm just showing you some PG quick, you know, the quick 30-second videos, and it's like it's and you're telling me that there's no difference. You know what I'm saying? This is theoretical. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, whether you're in Norway, America, Africa, New Zealand, Australia, these are inherent differences if you live in beside each other. And look, black people, we have differences, especially if we spread apart. The closer we are, the more we have in common. But you know what we have in common? Black people everywhere is definitely going to be jamming. And it ain't to the same stuff, because this is music, sexuality, politics. I mean, it's every area you can possibly think of. This is just two areas, and I just picked these two simple areas, which is hygienics and eating. Raw, you might be right, Raw. You might be right.
As you see, she's pouring nacho cheese out of a can directly on the countertop. Okay? I don't know why. That means it's room temp at best, likely cold cheese. Hey, and collard greens. Okay? Before we get to the toppings and whatnot, the fact that she poured nacho cheese out and spread it with her hands, I can't even get past that. Okay,
they do stuff with their hands and don't be washing their hands for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is no BS. If I don't know if you've ever been employed and you see them walk out with no hand without washing their hands, or like doing just some nasty stuff. And this is not even about Asians and what they eat and their hygienics. This is one other group of people here. One other group of people. And if this ain't enough for it to be like, yo, well, maybe we should ban interracial marriage. I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying?
I can't get past this. This is bothering me. It's giving me heart palpitation. Now she done added all the nacho ingredients to the countertop. That's only separated by cheese. She making nachos on the counter is what I'm telling you. Okay, now here.
These have all been different white people, rich, not rich, homemade videos, videos with 3 views, videos with millions of views. It's been historical documents. This has been a lighthearted thing that has had some actual historical documents. You know what I'm saying? And you see, even the brothers had to run off this show here because it's hard to maintain this. You know what I'm saying? Here, to justify any of this stuff and try to be like, yo, the human race, my ass. Different species of human. Maybe as a whole, maybe that DNA test, because Hardcore will say DNA don't exist, it's not real. Maybe he's right. Maybe that Neanderthal is maybe like 30 or 40% looking at the savageness here. Now, if they think this way with the food and hygienics, what do you think they think about when it comes to slaughtering and raping and pillaging and murdering? Right? They can come sleep with you without washing their vaginas after they have a period. And they say, oh, well, I shave my legs. That's washing my legs. Shaving my legs is washing my legs. And this is the standard of beauty here? Damn, we got to raise our standards. And look, since we saw them in the caves, you know what I'm saying? And Tenzin said, you know, it was probably a black woman, and maybe science will probably back her up before he backs me up. But I still think a black man was out there in the wilderness and look and saw in the cave somewhere some white bitch, you know what I'm saying, and was like, oh man, and hit the same thing that we hit today, you know what I'm saying? He was out there looking like Shannon Sharp, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, you know, oh, she's more sister than my sister, and got her pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And then it was a wrap, you know what I'm saying? And this is my pseudo history, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a historian. This is my theory. But I'm just saying that Neanderthal thing plays out a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? And this is just two simple categories, man. And it's lighthearted, but it's disgusting.
Here's the thing for me. This is just for me. Why you didn't wash your hands before you opened the taco seasoning? Okay, you didn't wash your hands. You got taco cheese or nacho cheese all on the taco thing. You didn't have to do it like that, and you still got cheese on your hands. Okay, usually people season taco meat, but she just poured it all directly because it's utter chaos. Now she went to Cold Stone Creamery, got the mix thing
on the counter. I don't care how fake or pretend it is. It's on the counter. It's with probably utensils she didn't wash, but it's on the counter. It's on the counter. I don't care if you're a thug or if you're from Africa or whatever. How many black people you telling me is doing this? And I'm saying there's a lot of Europeans that do stuff like this. It's a clear difference, bro. Like, we can't even act like it's not. You know, even Hardcore be like, yo, he's black. Other black people second. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how other black people is second. That would mean he's black only, you know what I'm saying? So he's pan black, you know what I'm saying? Because he knows that black people don't do stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And we'll have that topic. I'll even address that topic so y'all can get it off y'all chest, and so y'all can have an actual formal conversation if y'all down with that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, right now we're going to address y'all white bitches and y'all white dudes, y'all the investors and y'all, you know, passports. This is what y'all got to look forward to. To each his own, but this is what you got to look forward to.
And just made a mess. You know how upset I be with my kids? I came downstairs, they're doing it. What is you doing on this? Clean it up. Clean it up. You over here making a mess.
I don't care if it's for a video. You grounded.
It's just utter chaos. She pouring nacho chips directly on the mess and then just crunching
her hands.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm upset. This is just gross, disgusting, crunched up chips.
And if you think this is a joke, do you think they don't make their Thanksgiving food when you go over to your girlfriend's house? You think her mama don't use her hands when she making some disgusting half-cooked meat? It's a joke for a reason, bro. It's a difference, you know what I'm saying? Theoretically, you know what I'm saying? We live life differently, you know what I'm saying? And in reality, you know what I'm saying? Because we can get out of theoretics. It's a clear difference. And Raw might be right. You know what I'm saying? They may be the aliens, man.
And she's not done.
Yeah, I want to skip this, but she's still doing it. But watch this.
Put it into a waffle cone tortilla situation and then eat it
and
like
really eat
ice
it.
Cream.
She really ate it. That's what I'm trying to show you. It's a joke, but she ate it. Look at this. You know what I'm saying?
She's making food on the counter.
Because maybe like, oh no, nobody's gonna do that. She's just joking, but no.
Why are y'all doing that? Why are y'all putting food on the counter, man? You forget it. Interestingly enough, that's not
a different white bitch here. It's not the same white bitch. Because we'll be like, oh no, that's just one white bitch trying to show out. It may be a challenge, whatever. I don't know, man.
Even the most egregious part of this spaghetti. forget the unsanitariness and just the utter ridiculousness. Who is pouring spaghetti sauce directly out to eat it? This is unseasoned sauce. Like, of course, you're not making original sauce. I get that. But even with the Prego, with the Prego, you at least got to season that up, man. Throw some at least a basil leaf in there. Give it a chance at success. You just poured naked sauce on your counter? That ain't coming out.
Now, all of them may not put it on the counter, right? Some of them might put it on the toilet, but some of them might put it in a pot. But they are not going to put that basil or the seasoning on there. I'm saying the food is going to be different. Y'all can make jokes about it all you want to. It's funny, but I'm laughing to keep from crying. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that I even got to break it down to this minute level when, you know, our kids are being slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? But we are at such level where we are such slaves that you got to break it down to where, you know what I'm saying, you got to really look at and is it a social construct or are we really different people? Are you kidding me? Only Raw understands, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm convinced, you know what I'm saying?
You know spaghetti ain't coming out of Tupperware. It ain't coming out of granite or whatever that is. You just pour meatballs and then the noodles just directly on there. Nary a salt granule near any of this.
Oh, man. Let me try.
But I digress.
Put the pasta. And she has a pot right here. She cooked the pasta in the damn pot.
Hitting the
counter. Like, oh, I gotta make this for a party or something.
Season the counter. Battling. Ain't nobody to whoop you. That's problematic. You got to get caught in there behind.
Look at this, man.
Salt Lake City.
Okay, let me skip this. And I'm gonna show these last things go together. They both quick. And this combines both of it. The hygiene and the eating, bro. Now, this white girl, she so-called calls herself trying to be funny. But how can you try to be funny when you really doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a joke. Like, who is gonna... I don't care who you are. It's not too many black people you're going to see joke like this. You know what I'm saying? Unless they got mental issues, you know what I'm saying? It's not too many. It's just the problem is you'll see too many Europeans, sick Europeans who will joke like this because it's not a joke. And this whole, I'm saying that book where, I'll say it at the end, you know what I'm saying? I forget what it was, but that book where, you know, they was talking about them eating people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't know.
A lot of it in there.
Okay.
Make sure that it fills a lot of the tank, okay?
And she a different white bitch from the first two white bitches to keep in mind, y'all.
Yep. And then watch what happens when you flush this, okay? If you want it extra creamy, just because there's a little bit of water mixed in there, you'll add some whipped cream.
Oh my goodness. What do you think is the chances you'll run into a white bitch who don't wash her legs or who eat out the toilet if you holler at a white girl, young brother? I'm not worried about the brothers who already laid up with the white girls and they'll make excuses so that biracial children can quote unquote come to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking to you young brothers. What do you think the percentage of whatever you feel about black women? You know, the percentage of black women that wash their bodies and won't eat out the toilet is pretty high, you know what I'm saying, compared to other groups of women, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Some other things we got to look into account here. Yeah, I have seen that, Raw. And, oh, man, it's a rabbit hole, Raw. I got caught up in this rabbit hole earlier, and I just picked some of the things that I found was interesting. And some of the stuff, like, I wanted to show a whole lot more than this. And you see how long I took, you know what I'm saying? And even though they ran, you know what I'm saying, they know it's true. You know what I'm saying? They know this stuff is true. It's not fake. You know what I'm saying? Species is a real thing. That's what I'm trying to show you. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Theoretic, whatever. Because this is every area. You know what I'm saying? This is 2 areas. And look how long we have been just off of 30-second videos of different people every single time, whether they be on news, whether they be celebrity, whether they be somebody at home, whether it be somebody trying to play a joke, whether they be something, whatever. Like, even with the gay, you know what I'm saying, jokes, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it ain't no gay black people. That's something different. But the quote-unquote straight white dudes like to like punch each other in the groin, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say, you know, it's a sick culture, you know what I'm saying? And you want to be careful what you be a part of. Look at this, man. You can say that this is a joke if you want to.
That is so extra.
Yeah. Yeah, just get a couple of cherries in there. Okay.
There's no way you can clean a toilet. Not even the water that comes down. She tried to empty the bowl and put plastic in there. Like where the water comes from, there's no way you can clean it. This is a place that they probably used the bathroom at, you know, did number 2 at, let's just say 100 times. As much as you want to say is a joke, there's no way you can say that, you know what I'm saying, this is a joke.
Go for it.
Look at it's churning it into chocolate milk. And then as it comes up,
wow.
it's churning it into chocolate milk, and then you just get in there and you can sip it right up.
Now the problem is she really sipped it and she really ate it, and it cut off the part where she really ate it. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. You know what I'm saying? This is the last one. And she's trying to talk about a life hack. Now, when you go to the public bathroom, you know what I'm saying? This is why Black people have hygienics and why we do the things we do. And most of us use our foot to flush the toilet in the public restroom. This is what I'm saying. There's inherent differences in people because, like, they look at us like we're weird for using washcloths and, you know what I'm saying, washing our legs and, like, not putting our hands and feet and body on public toilets and stuff or eating out of the toilet. Like, I'm not going to say a lot of white people eat out of the toilet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say a lot of them don't. I don't know what goes on in their households. I'm just saying, watch this girl. She thinks she's being slick. You know what I'm saying? A life hack. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to say, but they don't think about common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to show you for like last 6 years, you know what I'm saying? They don't look at us the same when it comes to like slaughtering us. You know what I'm saying? But look at the basic kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is y'all precious white bitches who's so y'all beauty standard. Like, maybe we should tighten up, Black men. 6,000 years is pretty long and pretty determinative about what we getting here with our bargaining chips. And I'm talking to the young brothers, not you brothers who's already laid up with these, you know what I'm saying, pee-infested girls. Right? It does, Raw. It does. And you see you the only one still in the building. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going to touch this one, Raw. And that's why you is the realest, you know what I'm saying? You Raw for real. Because when we get Raw, nobody's going to go there. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going to be the only one with me. And that's why I be trying to say about, you know, Black men and Black people and stuff. No, like, I can't judge it off of like, oh, Black men is supposed to be the ones on the front line. Yeah, absolutely. But who's the one actually stepping up, man? Like, when you go there, like, and we wonder why brothers is submitting in the NBA so they can have y'all parties with these pissy white girls. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, like, when they go to y'all bathroom, when they in your house, look at what they do.
Hi guys, so I have a great life hack for you guys. All right, so say you're out in public and then you're using the bathroom and then you're like, oh my God, ew, I don't want to touch the flusher because God knows who touched that flusher when you're in a friggin' random ass place.
Now, black people, what do? Generally, you use your foot. Alternative, you could take something like toilet paper or some kind of thing, wrap it up and then hit the handle. But generally, you don't put your just hands on it. Now, this is her trick to get out of it.
So what you do is when you're done peeing, you use toilet paper to wipe, okay? And then
I don't know if she's I'm not a girl, so I can't speak on the wiping part, but okay, look at her hat.
Then you flush the toilet with the paper that you just used to wipe, and then you quickly put it in there, and then you don't have to touch the flusher at all, and then you're good to go. So
wait, hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, yeah. I don't have the parts where I wrote it down, so I can't play where it was funny at. But now look, I don't know. I can't tell. I think she's serious. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? But look, when you go into the public bathroom, you don't think that there's people wiping themselves. Who would even think of that? Why? How would that even be a joke to even think of? Or you wipe yourself with the same thing and flush the toilet with that? Just get another piece of toilet paper, girl. Who does this? This is your beauty standard here. She's obviously the blonde white girl who's in shape, the feminine. I mean, she may be feminine, but she nasty as hell. That's all I'm saying. I take a clean girl over that. I take a woman, if I ask her, so maybe that's the questions we got to start asking when we go on dates. If you was to be in the public bathroom, how would you flush the toilet? Well, I just wipe myself and then use the same, or when you go to a sister, I use my foot. I mean, I can say, musical differences and all of this stuff, I'm saying all of this, but I mean, let's look at the hygiene, bro. Look at the hygiene.
The wipe, okay, and then you flush the toilet with the paper that you just used to wipe, and then you quickly put it in there, and then you don't have to touch the flusher at all, and then you're good to go.
By the way, she probably is sitting all the way on the toilet. I'm just saying, man. I wish I could show something else. I don't know which one it was, so I'm not even gonna go there. All I'm saying is, man, look, yo, there is a huge difference, yo. Shouts out to Raw, shouts out to Library. They the only ones that are real enough to touch this subject, because y'all could try to play them all y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't gonna be able to debate nothing like this here, you know what I'm saying? And maybe Raw is right. Maybe they are the aliens, you know what I'm saying? I know I've been on here for mad long, but look, y'all got to understand the truth here. If we're going to dig into it, is it a construct? Is it a culture? Is it something that's real? I think it's pretty real here. If you're living side by side with somebody and can't see eye to eye, and you just have different habits, different ways of life, there's just a clear difference. I only say species, you know what I'm saying? And by the way, species can mean a whole lot of different things, but they're completely a species. And even if you don't believe in DNA, I'm pretty sure you believe there's some Neanderthal in there. And even with the Asians, we didn't even touch on the Denisovans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if, you know what I'm saying, y'all understand what's going on. And just to play the record straight, because maybe you'll understand better after this. And I know my computer is still messing up, but I've been there and I went all the way there. And it's only me and you, Raw, you know what I'm saying? And it's closing out. So I thank you for staying. And this is why I wanted you to stay, Raw, because I know you was the only one who was going to put up with it. And I tried to tell them from the start, y'all not going to want to come on here for this topic. Y'all not going to want to come on here for this topic. I tried to tell them, Raw. And they can't defute it. That's why they got to go. You know what I'm saying? They can't say it's fake because they can attest to it. We see this stuff every day. We see this stuff every day. And you can't say is this or is that. This is real life. This is them telling you, not me. I'm like, what the hell, like you? And it seemed to be, if you look at everything, right, no matter what it be, it's like the black people, like, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, of course you wash your body. No, bro. And I can say maybe it's fake if we just don't account for the last 6,000 years, you know what I'm saying, where it keep happening over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? We can wake up tomorrow and not say, oh, black and white. But if we wake up tomorrow, obviously, because before we said black and white, they wasn't washing their legs. They was throwing the baby out with the bathwater. So I don't think we understand what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, when we be like, yo, this is a construct. Well, number one, we didn't start this war. And I think that's something that we definitely need to understand, that we did not start this war. And it's up to us to end it. That's the most important thing that we have to learn. It's up to us to end it. And at the end of the day, you know, we are all we got. And look, we didn't go into medical stuff because we could talk about vaccines and all of that BS, you know what I'm saying? We can talk about going to the beach on a nice day and how the sun affects us, how nature affects us, or how we just adapt to nature and we let trees be. We can go through a million different things over and over and over, you know what I'm saying? But I want to play this, you know what I'm saying? And you got to forgive me because I don't have the time like I did at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? But I still want to play it anyway, so I don't really care, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to hit harder now than it did at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, Raw. They may be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of evidence, but I can say for sure that it is a different species and it's different natural events, you know what I'm saying? And all right, so give me 1 second so I can get this straight. I remember some of this. I don't remember all of it. But I'm going to go out. I'm going to let this be my last words. And I'm going to still say shout out to my brother Rashid Holmes. Shouts out to Bakari, you know what I'm saying, coming through. He didn't want to speak on that Dak Prescott thing, you know what I'm saying? He ran from that thing, boy, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay, you know what I'm saying? He cool. And Hard Cole even ran today, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to deal with that Italian not taking the shower stuff, because we can go to Italy and ask them if they wash their legs too, you know what I'm saying? You may see that as a common theme out these Europeans after all, you know what I'm saying? You may see that, even when we go to East India, you know what I'm saying, there's a common theme with these non-black people, you know what I'm saying? Now, you can say that's what you want about black people, but historically, that's not our record, you know what I'm saying? Historically, that's been other people's record, you know what I'm saying? And I don't care, even you would say, you know what I'm saying, that black people in Africa were clean, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I know, Rod, thank you, you know what I'm saying, because this was definitely important. So, and thank y'all for bearing with me for the technical difficulties and all this stuff. And it wasn't serious, you know, sometimes we got to laugh to keep from crying, because if we look at this information as the truth that it really is, we would be crying to death to find out we fought to integrate with this, you know what I'm saying? And our species, the sky has cracked and the aliens have invaded. And it's a movie, you know what I'm saying? I forget it right now, but it's a movie about the aliens invading, and they came in, and, you know what I'm saying? And people said, let's sell the black people. So if we waiting for the sky to crack and the aliens to invade, they did, you know what I'm saying? Now it's time for us to hit some Independence Day type stuff and, you know what I'm saying, take the planet back. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out. All right, so let me play this, and then I'm going to say shouts out, and then, you know what I'm saying? So to go out, let's go out this way, you know what I'm saying? Because the information going to hit harder now that we understand the truth.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, anyway, let's take a look at the note here. If someone throws the baby out with the bathwater, he or she discards something valuable along with something undesirable. So while you're getting rid of something undesirable, you get rid of something good at the same time. All right, so let's continue here. The proverb is German in origin and dates back to the early 1500s. So it goes way back. It's been around a long time. Let's continue here. Some people claim the origin of this proverb was when people shared bath water. So, you know, going back in the early 1500s, water was more scarce. So that's what they think that was the possibility. And it was customary for the father to bathe first. And it went down in order to the baby, one at a time. So, you know, the father, then the mother, then, you know, if there were other children in between. And finally, it went down to the baby. By the time the baby was bathed, the water was so dirty that the baby may be unseen and possibly thrown out with the bath water. However, there are...
Oh, man. Repeat that last one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna soak this one in, bro, because they don't want it. And I know I'm long. I don't even care. They may not even listen to this one. They may take it down. So I don't care. Let's soak it in, bro. Like...
by the time the baby was bathed, the water was so...
The kid, Raw, by the time the kid was bathed.
The baby. Then, you know, if there were other children in between. And finally, first. And it went down in order. That was the possibility. And it was customary for the father to bathe first. And it went down in order to the baby, one at a time. So, you know, the father, then the mother, and then, you know, if there were other children in between. And finally, it went down to the baby.
Wait, I got to pause it. So I ain't got to play it one more time. Let's listen to this.
By the time the baby was bathed, the water was so dirty that the baby may be unseen and possibly thrown out with the bath water.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not on TV. That wasn't on TV. That wasn't for the public. Oh boy.
The reason mummies are so rare is because back in the day, Europeans used to eat mummies.
Okay, let me expand on this because it gets even weirder once you hear why. My main source is sciencehistory.org. So in ancient Egypt, all the way through to the Roman period, everyone was getting mummified. And over time, they started using different substances for preserving bodies, such as bitumen. Yes, bitumen, the black tar that we use today to coat our roads with asphalt.
The black tar we use today to coat our roads with asphalt, they thought was medicine back when they thought the earth was flat.
Turns out, for thousands of years, people believed that it had medicinal properties. So when Europeans saw mummies that looked like this, they were like, I need that in my body. So of course they plundered as many mummies as they could from Egypt. And they had the audacity, the unadulterated audacity to criticize other cultures around the world that practiced cannibalism. Anyway, that's why they ate mummies.
The reason mummies are so rare is because back in the day, Europeans used to eat mummies.
Oh man, and this is not me telling you this. This is them. You know what I'm saying? I remember this one was here.
Relations with the Indians grow icy as well. The English built...
See, a hard call come back on for this, but this ain't the topic, see? So let me start this over. Because y'all don't want to talk about the real topic. So let's listen to the real topic.
Relations with the Indians grow icy as well. The English built settlements in defiance of Powhatan's wishes. The chief orders his warriors to kill anyone who sets foot outside of Jamestown's walls. Trading with the Indians for supplies is over, and leaving the fort is suicidal. Trapped and running out of food, 500 settlers see no way out.
Now all of us at Jamestown beginning to feel that sharp prick of hunger, which no man truly describe, but he which has tasted the bitterness thereof. A world of miseries ensued.
After 5 failed colonies, by the way.
When Kelso's team probes a deep pit dating back to that winter, they find grim evidence why the settlers called it the starving time.
This bone's been chopped up. You can see it actually has some cut marks on it. The way it's been splintered, it's evidence of, the butchering of some sort of animal.
Evidence the settlers are reduced to eating their dogs and horses. The cats are next to go, leaving the rats.
The same thing that started the Dark Plague, y'all. Every time you leave them alone, do your own thing, they start eating rats, and that's what started the Dark Plague. I'm just saying it happened a couple of times, but let's just put, a gate up around the Moors or all the coons. Not calling the Moors coons. I'm just saying the Moors have historically helped them out. That's who we know. I'm not trying to make fun of them, so I take it back, but I don't. So, we're going to have to hold the Moors back. We're going to have to hold the coons back and let them eat the rats and let the Black Plague take its toll and see what happens. Maybe the sky will crack that way if we don't want to actually, pay attention to what they're doing to your children and go fight for your children. But maybe, we can wait for the Black Plague to take its toll and hold the Moors back. You know what I'm saying?
Found things like a black rat, which is the carrier of the Black Plague, and these were being eaten. There's poisonous snakes. We've got the bones of snake vertebrae. There's a special barb on the vertebrae of a poisonous snake. That wouldn't be.
Now, the comedian made a joke like, yo, it's poison. Yo, he literally said in his joke, like, yo, what are you doing? Don't eat that. You know what I'm saying? That's a poisonous snake. You know what I'm saying? Or don't eat that. You're eating each other. There's fruits and berries. They're trying to make it seem like it was winter. That's a bunch of BS. They was eating each other the whole time, obviously for thousands of years. But I'm saying they was failing a colony for a damn reason. One shipwreck ain't going to fail you if you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Let me keep going.
Be normal cuisine on the.
I'm sorry, Raw. I'm sorry.
The menu, unless you're real desperate.
The threat of imminent starvation now pushes some over the edge. According to this account by George Percy,
nothing was spared to maintain life and do these things which seem incredible, as to dig up dead corpses out of graves and eat them.
See, these fools. Now, they ate each other when they was live. They BSing to make it seem good, but they probably did eat corpses. Now, are you telling me that you would dig a corpse up and eat it? Okay.
one deranged settler named Collins is tried by Percy for killing, assaulting, and eating his wife. For this culinary crime, he is tortured and put to death. Now, one account says all he left was his wife's head, but you may find that a little hard to swallow.
Now, he's trying to be like, they were only ate dead bodies, but you see there was people brought up on crimes for eating live people, wives.
In 1811, a man named Lilburn Lewis, the nephew of Thomas Jefferson, owned about 10 slaves.
And get this book, The Delectable Negro. The Delectable Negro, because they didn't always cook whatever meat they eat now raw. I'm just saying. And that's not a double play on your word, Raw, but you're the only one I owe apology for taking too long. I'm sorry, Raw, but I just got to hit this one home. I'm too late anyway, but let's hit this one home. You know what I'm saying? You're the only one I'm shouting out anyway, so.
One of them was a teenager named George, also known as Slave George. George was what they called a recalcitrant slave. George ran away often and frequently refused.
I'm sorry, TJ nephew, good old Thomas Jefferson nephew.
Slave. George ran away often and frequently refused day-to-day dehumanization. One day he made an awful mistake of dropping a bucket or pitcher of water. The slave master, Lilburn, gathered George and the rest of his enslaved Africans into the biggest slave shack on the plantation. Lilburn threateningly forced another slave to tie George up. After George was tied up, Lilburn proceeded to quarter his body parts with an axe and then threw his pieces of dismembered body parts into the fire he forcibly made a slave earlier prepare.
When I say they make you do every and anything, you know, I told you where the term MFer comes from, you know, allegedly, and it probably is true, you know what I'm saying, where they made you put a thing on your head and sleep and go in and just sleep with anybody. And sometimes it could be your mom, your sister, anybody, you know what I'm saying, just to breed children, you know what I'm saying? And that absolutely did happen, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna say that I absolutely I believe it 99.9% that is whatever that happened, you know what I'm saying? And I believe Black people's account, you know what I'm saying, because I'm going by Black people's account, and stuff like this happened. But when I say they did unimaginable things, we say they fed our children to alligators. They literally ate us too, you know what I'm saying? Rebellious slaves. You don't think they would like cook slaves, like probably cook somebody and make them eat their loved one for being rebellious if they did something like run away or like struck a white person or did something like what they would call rebellious? They would make you eat your loved ones, bro. I'm saying this is who you're trying to love. You know what I'm saying? It is no love. There is no getting around it. There's only one person at the top of the mountain, you or the aliens. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't matter if they're, because I'm going to say different species, Ross. Just say different species, because aliens are different species, but they can't argue with different species. They'll try to argue with aliens, but they can't get around different species. You know what I'm saying? And they cannot argue that. That's why all of them ran away just now. You know what I'm saying? Because they know this stuff is true.
The rest of the slaves were frozen in absolute terror. Lil Bern threatened that if they were to ever get out of line or tell anyone about what he had done, he would do the same things he did to George to them as well. Later, when Lil Bern's wife learned about this monstrosity, she asked him why he did it. Lil Bern assured her that he received more fulfillment in harming and dismembering George's body than any ball he'd ever frequented. You will stop asking yourself and others the question, why do they kill us? Once you educate yourself, especially if you read a book called The Delectable Negro.
And if somebody would, do readings on here, and I ain't got the patience to do a reading for a whole thing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I may do one episode and not finish it. But if somebody got the patience to read this book, we should read this book, man. I'm just saying, The Delectable Negro. This is important, man. Like, don't underestimate your value to the community. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't underestimate your value. These are people who literally do this. This is a historic pattern, who don't wash their damn legs. You know what I'm saying? What you say, what you think is valuable. Your opinion matters and is important. And we need everybody with their own particular avenue. You know what I'm saying? Don't back away. That's why we keep losing the people who don't wash their legs and who don't know how to cook meat. You know what I'm saying? And you can think this stuff is fake if you want to, but go ahead and date one and tell me whether it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, yo, the joke is funny because it's true. So, yo, have faith in what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave or run away or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Have faith in your opinion to change it. And don't just say it's fake. You know what I'm saying? If you think it's fake, yo, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. All I'm saying is, like, yo, we need people filling every lane. You know what I'm saying? Every lane that we do is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't just leave and just throw away what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people that are against us. We need everybody that is for us. You know what I'm saying? The whole world is against us. So to lose the people that's on our side, you know what I'm saying? It hurts. You know what I'm saying?
By Vincent Woodward. Once you educate yourself, especially if you read a book called The Delectable Negro by Vincent Woodward. It is exceptionally written and properly layered with details and history of Black consumption during antebellum slavery. In the book, the author writes, "The consumption and degradation of Black men did in fact ennoble and reify white masculinity."
Let's say that one more time, sister.
The author writes, "The consumption and degradation of Black men did in fact ennoble and reify white masculinity." So why haven't we received proper justice for Breonna Taylor and the rest of the named and unnamed, unarmed Black people slaughtered by racist cannibals? Because they get an erotic rise from Black dehumanization. Your ancestors' delectable Black bodies have been consumed, literally. Be safe.
Yo, and like I said, man, the only one I owe apology for taking this long is my sister Raw. You know what I'm saying? But I played these at the beginning and I'm going through it. And I don't care how long this video is, but you know, I only apologize to my sister Raw, and I don't care if nobody else listening. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know.
The third young man was American Indian. The fourth and fifth were Hispanic. So no, race had nothing to do with it. It was just their looks.
Was there something sexual in the dismemberment of the bodies?
Now, we just heard them talking about, oh, it gave them masculinity to cut off our penises and eat them and fight each other over our body parts, bro, and sell our knuckles. W.E. Du Bois accounts going down to one of the places they had a riot and seeing them selling a black man knuckles in the store. In the store. Who does this? Even in war, bro, you may kill your enemy, but you ain't gonna, even the most coondest person that you hate, that you would wish death on, you ain't gonna sell his knuckles in the store, are you? This is a culture, bro. And they try to blame it on each other. That's what they do. They don't condemn it or nothing. They be like, oh, well, they did it. No, they did it. No, they did it. No, they did it. Yeah, they can, and they're both right because each other did it. And it shows you, he just told you, it's about masculinity.
For you. As time went on, yes, I did get there was a sexual part to that. I started saving the skeletons and preserving other parts, and one thing led to another. It took more and more deviant type behaviors to satisfy my urges, and so it just spiraled.
No, Jeffrey Dahmer, water shouldn't be wet. You shouldn't satisfy your psychopathic behaviors.
Out of control. Why the cannibalism?
It made me feel like they were a permanent part of me.
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. I feel like a permanent part of me. Ain't that what it made them feel powerful, and that they were saying that 15 damn hundreds. Jeffrey Dahmer ain't. Wait a minute. That's 400 something. No, wait. Yeah, 400. This was in the 90s or the 80s. I'm not sure what it was. So I'm going to just go ahead and round it down for you because we so forgiving. You know what I'm saying? 400 years later, same mindset.
Besides the just mere curiosity of what it would be like, it made them feel that they were a part of me, and it gave me a sexual satisfaction to do that.
Not saying race matters. I'm just saying when it comes to eating people, race may matter. You know what I'm saying?
Was it the killing that excited you, or is it what happened after the killing?
No.
They built like teenage little boys. I didn't even get to that. This is just some basic. This is hygiene and dinner. He's talking about eating and hygiene and stuff. This was just hygiene and dinner. The Black Plague. I wanted to play the Black Plague. You know, you absolutely right. They can cut their hair and go as little boys, you know what I'm saying? Because they dress like, they built like teenage boys. Like, it's crazy.
The killing was just a means to an end. That was the least.
Like, black women is more filled out. Black men is more filled out. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. We ain't talking about physical. We just talking about hygiene and eating.
Satisfactory part. I didn't enjoy doing that. That's why I tried to create living zombies with
Now pay attention to this part. I tried to create living zombies.
Satisfaction to do that.
Was it the killing that excited you, or is it what happened after the killing?
No, the killing was just a means to an end. That was the.
Did you hear that? The killing. This is and if you don't think you live in a psychopathic society, you see, I don't know what you just witnessed for the last whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Somebody don't wash their legs and all this stuff, and it's cool with all that stuff. I don't know, but it's not about killing. Killing is a means to an end. It's a means to an end. It's a means to control and domination. I wanted to control this person. You know what I'm saying? And killing is a means to an end. It's just business with them. They will shed your blood in a heartbeat as long, whatever it takes to be in control, whatever it takes to win.
Least satisfactory part. I didn't enjoy doing that. That's why I tried to create living zombies with uric acid in the drill.
They did a good job to make. We saw a zombie earlier.
but it never worked. No, the killing wasn't the objective. I just wanted to have the person under my complete control, not having to consider their wishes, being able to
shut up and dribble, N-word.
Keep them there as long as I wanted.
Perpetual means forever. You'll be perpetual slaves.
It's not easy to say that, but that's what the motive was.
Shut up and dribble, N-word. Slavery is perpetual.
It's not easy to say that, but that's what the motive was.
Where did that need for control come from?
But it never worked. No, the killing wasn't the objective. I just
shut up and dribble, N-word. Slavery is perpetual.
Wanted to have the person under my complete control, not having to consider their wishes, being able to keep them there as long as I wanted. It's not easy to say that, but that's what the motive was.
Where did that need for control come from?
Says the psychopathic journalist.
Do you have any idea?
I don't know. Maybe I felt I had no
or European journalist. Okay.
Control as a child or young adult, and that got mixed in with my sexuality, and
I had no control when I was young. You know, I'm 6,000 years old, and I had no control. You know, my environments was cold, dark. I threw babies out with bathwater, for God's sakes, and it tied into my sexuality, and it fueled my thirst and my uncontrollable thirst for power, domination, and control. Jeffrey Dahmer, please don't do this, or I can't control it because my childhood and my energy and the person that I am, you know what I'm saying, and then my European nature on top of all of this, you know what I'm saying, drives me to maintain power and control. Just think of this as a group. I'm just saying, you know, I don't care how long this takes. So I'm in it now, so forget it. You know what I'm saying?
I ended up doing what I did was my way of feeling in complete control, at least for that situation. Creating my own little world where I had the final say.
We call that, you know, we might as well say flat earth on this flat earth we on, because it's flat now because we don't control nothing. You know what I'm saying? Our world is flat. I can tell you that.
Finding the best looking guy that I could and having total mastery over him for as long as I wanted. Lust played a big.
Listen to this, you know what I'm saying? If you ever doubt your power and your ability, and this goes for any psychopath, they don't just go after anybody. Number one, they go after who they know they can control, but they go after people who they know are powerful enough that can sustain their life force. This thing called the succubus is a real thing. Somebody who can drain your energy and use it for their own is a real thing. And listen to the mindset of one of them who's going to tell you out of his own lips, thinking, oh, this don't have nothing to do with something else, you know what I'm saying? But listen to why they would do it.
And the final say. Finding the best looking guy that I could and having total mastery over him for as long as I wanted. Lust played a big part of it. Controlling lust. That was the motive right there.
A lot of this came out in the course of the trial, obviously.
Control and lust. That was the motive right there. Man, what do you know, Raw? What do you know? That's always going to be the motive. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, man. Do we understand the situation that we in or not? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and end it with that because that was supposed to be the last word and it was supposed to be quick. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all already got me in this mood. And I only apologize to Raw. And I only shout out Raw, you know what I'm saying, for this one, for staying with me. Oh, yeah, I will shout out Lightbearer because she was with me too, you know what I'm saying. So those are the only two who I would shout out, you know. And even though Bakari and Hardcore, and I will shout out Rashid, but, you know, Bakari and Hardcore ran when it got real. When we talk about the dumb argument stuff, you know what I'm saying, we can, oh, black people ain't this all day, and we can, oh, this is fake all day. But when we talk about things, you know, we really can't even get around. You know what I'm saying? And then we know what all of the implications lead to. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get up out of there. And only Raw is the real Raw one. So that's who I respect. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to you, Raw. And so I apologize and shouts out to you. You're the only one that deserves shouts out. So as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.